जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानन्दन जय ब्रज जनरञ्जन जय ब्रज जनरञ्जन। जय ब्रज जनरञ्जन जय यशोदानन्दन जय व्रज जनरञ्जन जय व्रज जनरञ्जन। जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। यप्रव्रजन्तमनपेत अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवोऽभिनेदुस्तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्यानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् आध्यात्मदीप अतिथिर्शतां तमोह्नं संसारिणा करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससून उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरू श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कं करोति वाचालं भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। भूतैर्महद्भिर्ये मां पुरा विभो निर्माय शेते यदमुषपूरुषः। भुङ्क्ते गुणान् षोडश षोडशात्मकं स्वलङ्करिशिष्टभगवन् वचांसि मे। यथा हरौ भगवती नृणां भक्तिर्भविष्यति सर्वात्मनि अखिलाधारे इति सङ्कल्पवर्णय दशमस्य विशुद्ध्यर्थं नवानामिह लक्षणे वर्णयन्ति महात्मानः श्रुतेनर्थेन चान्यसा। Hare Krishna. So, welcome all of you for a continuation of our discussion on Canto 4, Chapter 20. So, we are going to discuss the beautiful prayers of Prithu Maharaj. So, what we should aspire for? Actually, if you carefully think about what are the prayers in fourth canto, so I was just thinking. So, Dhruva Maharaj prayer, if you see Prithu Maharaj prayer. Which other prayers are there? Pachita's prayers will come eventually. Yes, it will come, na? Towards 30th chapter. Yes. And who else is there? Dhruva Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Rudra Geetam. That is there. And so one common theme is there in all these prayers. What is that? Prayer, one of the important aspect of prayer is to ask for something. One thing is glorification of the Lord. Other thing is one desires something and he expresses very clearly what he wants. So what is the repetitive theme here? What Dhruva Maharaj asking? What Path? Devotee association. Yes, very correct. Any more specific in that what happens? Means devotee association means where discussion of Hari Katha happens purely. That's what is more or less same theme. You take now today we'll see Prithu Maharaj. He's saying same thing. And Dhruva Maharaj also Bhakti Moho Pravahatam Toy. So he's telling what quality of devotee association you want, and then next verse is telling that they have experienced the fragrance of your lotus feet. Saugandha Hridayeshu Krita Prasanga. So one will forget all the bodily things. So that's what he wants. Where flowing, right? It's a flowing. There is a flow. What is that? Pravahatam. Toyi me prasang. Same thing, even Narad Muni is instructing a person who is extremely attached. Same thing he is telling him. You go to a place where there is discussion of Harikatha and people are getting goosebumps. Tasmin Mahan Mukharita Madhubit Charit. Piyush Shesh Saritah Paritah Stravanti. Taye Pibanti Nripa Gada Avitrisha Nupa Gada Karni. Tanna Sprishanti Asad, etc. That is, then you see Prachetas, what they are praying. Same thing. Tulayam Lavenapi, na Swargam, na Punarbhav. Bhagavad Sangi Sangas. Next is Yavatte Maya Sprishta, Brahmamayva Karma Bhi. Tavat Bhavat Prasangana Sangam Syano Bhave Bhave. Same thing. So give us that association and discussion about you. Because that pleases you. They are telling the Lord, can you imagine? In front of Lord, they are telling, we want people who discuss about you. Because you are anyway there. You can't go from there actually. So that is the beauty. That's why actually when the great souls are chanting holy names or holy fame, Lord is there. That has to be accepted first. Means it is not a allegory or no, it's he's there. Hmm? He's personally present. To the degree it is pure, perfected devotee is chanting, to the degree he is trying to become perfect, and he is inoffensive. Prabhupada says inoffensive chanting and hearing, Krishna is present. Hmm? So at least we may commit offense, but the people who are exalted, they never commit offense. So Krishna is there for them at least. So we can get chance of. That's why these morning gatherings or wherever discussion is happening, it's not about the content so much. Hmm? It's about the presence of the Lord. Hmm? It's not about what question, what answer, what is the content, what is the detail. It is additional things. The presence of the Lord is something which will is the most important aspect. So he's praying for that only actually. So that's why you see the fourth canto, these are the main prayers. Even Prahlad Maharaj also prays for that only. Association of pure devotees and hearing in their katha. So let us begin with the first prayer. Yeah. So before that, anyone
पढ़ना तो मुझे ये भी है।
हरि बोल। यस प्रभु। आवाज कम आ रहा है क्या?
नहीं ठीक है, जस्ट
Okay, okay, ठीक है, no problem. So we are missing Jagdish Mohan Prabhu. We are in train or where? Prabhu is.
Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, I have come to Vagoli because some
Okay.
Janmashtami services are there.
Okay, okay.
So, this one.
Yes, Prabhu. So we are there. Thank you. Yeah, so there text number 23 to 31 are the prayers. So yesterday we briefly saw this thing. So let us. Yesterday's quick reflections, one, two statements, something is there on your mind. Not anyone? Something quick if it is there. Yesterday's class till the time I open. Yes, yes, go ahead, just.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. You're telling Guruji from that lecture of Maharaj, aspiration chant Mahamtra, that what it means to string this Trinadapi verse on the string of holy name. So that means that the way we chant attentively, sincerely, then we will be able to keep this verse with us.
Yeah.
So that was very touching for me.
Yeah, we respectfully, attentively try to chant the holy name in japa as well as in kirtan. Right? Individually, collectively. Study of Bhagavatam and hearing Bhagavatam. So both have individual aspect, both are collective aspects. Japa, kirtan. Individual study and Bhagavatam hearing.
Just one clarification that Guruji, like for japa, because that is like we have prescribed number of rounds whatever we are doing, so we are cautious and we make proper arrangement and everything where we can chant attentively and do that.
Try to do that.
Yeah, try
I am trying to do. Today is a difficulty.
Yeah. For kirtan, Guruji, I wanted to ask, like, because kirtan is every time going on many times, like, and we are just passing, kirtan is going on. So that time, like how to
passing will be different. We are not like Shiva's Thakur or something. But at least when we are there in Guru Puja,
Yes,
Mangalarati. When we are participating,
participate.
like while chanting holy name, we are doing that activity
Yeah.
that way.
So that's what we like. There won't be any offense, right? Because in holy name, if you are janbhujka inattentive, then it is
Yeah,
offensive.
offense. That's why now when you are calling now, you are passing on, you are doing some seva, you are thinking about something else.
Uh,
But now you are in Guru Puja or you are in Sankirtan, and that activity is going on and you are consciously there in that activity.
correct.
Then it's like,
Yeah.
and at least that we can do nicely.
Yes. Thank you.
Try to do. I am also failing, but that's what he's saying. Maharaj is saying that.
You told that incarnations also take pleasure in serving Krishna.
Yeah, Kaviraj Goswami says that mystic statement.
And
Yes.
one more thing, that 50% is reciprocation of 50% is the highest.
What is that? 50%?
Contributing 50% is the statement.
At the highest mercy, highest form of human mercy is to contribute 50% of earning. Yeah, that is one of the purports. 1942. That is mainly for the congregation devotee. Those who are. But yeah, that has to be communicated back to them. How many of us gave? I myself never gave 50%. First of all, we have to accept the fact that we don't have that faith also when we
Hare
are working. So Prabhupada writes in that purport, since you brought the point, everyone has to be taught to sacrifice 50% of his earning. So taught. So that teaching is whose responsibility? It is sadhu's responsibility. To teach them, not push them, not give them targets, not give them demands or, your group and your all group should have this much and push them, follow up. Means there can be systems in place, but the main thing is education. That if you give, it is good for you. Kali will not come in your relationships. That is the point. It's not about temple will run because of us, we are collecting. Not at all. Vrindavan Chandra is running. Neither fund collector is doing anything, neither fund giver is doing anything. Who is doing? So our responsibility to teach this principle, and how much we can teach, how much we are trying to understand and digest it, that how much Kali affects otherwise. So that's the 1742, I think, 19. Everyone is taught to sacrifice 50%. That is our responsibility. Yes, you want to say?
Krishna. Forgiveness is the blood group of Vaishnava. Kshamata.
Blood group is what? Forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
And then DNA also is forgiveness. I don't know how much more. Forgiveness, yeah. So we should begin to forgive people who hurt us, first of all by thanking them that you have given me opportunity to apply this principle. Hari Bol. At least theoretically we can thank. At least. Okay, yes, you are saying.
We were discussing about Prithu Maharaj, means because of his devotion, Lord is getting control. He's bound to, means he's wanting to go, but he chooses to wait.
Stop.
And how he takes support of Garudaji for he will not fall down. So his emotions are overpowering Lord.
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Seeing the devotion of Prithu Maharaj. Actually, before that, he's grasping his lotus feet actually. That source is there just before Udarek is happening. So that's why its exchange is awakening so much of amazing emotions, which are the goal. Actually, Bhagavatam, the most important part is not written, that is emotions. Some verses it is written, and all other verses it's there, but then Prabhupada and Acharyas will tell us. Grossly, it is not there. Grossly, words can have different connotations. Right? That's why we have to see Bhagavata Artha Aswadana Rasikai Saha. It is not Bhagavat Artha. What is that? Bhagavat, sorry. It is not, what is that? Shrimad Bhagavata Artha Aswada. Artha. It is not Shrimad Bhagavat Aswada. Artha means purport of the Bhagavatam or characters or interactions or prayers. Hmm? And in association of those who are Rasikas. Hmm? So at least one Rasik is there here. Who is that? Prabhupada. So we are trying to associate with him. And other Acharyas. They are 100% Rasikas. Hmm? And that's why they say that these purports are my devotional ecstasies. So Gaurangpu made this statement. I don't know I have shared here or not. In I Leads, he said many of us want to do what Prabhupada did during the day, which is very good. Traveling, preaching, expanding for pleasure of Prabhupada. And it's wonderful. It has to be done. That's what Prabhupada. But his delight was when? How many of us want to do what he did in the night? Like that he asked. My Lord, amazing. And it was not that it was load for him, it was his ecstasy. So he was associating with these devotees, and then daytime it was. Hmm? So just now, Jyotipati was making a point that actually true preaching is overflow of our happiness of Krishna consciousness. That is the real preaching. Hmm? So he was quoting the verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita that Mahaprabhu is sharing with his guru. And then guru is saying, Bhala Haila, you have attained Pancham Purushartha. And I am obliged to you. So that is guru. There Prabhupada says that disciple means guru, guru is most happy when disciple advances in Krishna consciousness. Not when he collects money, fund, like that Prabhupada says. So he was quoting that. And next verse is, now, nacho gao sango chale, means you preach. Next verse is that. So both verses, such an amazing verses he chose actually. So he was saying this is real preaching. Real preaching means overflow. So that's why our introspection of our Prabhupada uses this word, standard of pure devotional service. When a disciple comes on the standard of pure devotional service, brilliant purport. Since we are discussing that, I will just want to show it. And there Prabhupada says it's very rare to understand Krishna. What to speak of understanding love of God? I saw something like that. Standard of yes. So this is the verse. Bhala haila paila tumi parama purushartha tomara premite ami haila kritartha. Guru is telling, I am obliged to you. So he said, there is nothing better than that. If you can try to do these things and Guru says this to you, that I am very happy with this. So here Prabhupada is saying, and he quotes Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that even at the expense of all properties, temples, mathas that I have, if I could convert even one person into pure devotee, my mission is fulfilled. Same thing, a spiritual master can convert even one soul into perfectly pure devotee. His mission of life is fulfilled. It is very difficult, however, to understand science of Krishna. Krishna Tattvavetta, right? Science of Krishna. What to speak of developing love of God? Therefore, if by grace of Lord Chaitanya and spiritual master, which is Nityananda's representative, a disciple attains standard of pure devotional service, the spiritual master is very happy. So he has come to the standard of pure devotional service. He doesn't want anything of this world. The spiritual master is not actually happy if the disciple brings him money, but when he sees that disciple is following regulative principles and advancing in spiritual life, he is very glad and feels obliged to such advanced disciple. And the next verse is this: Nacho gao bhakta sange kara sankirtan. This is preaching. So he was making this point very beautifully. So this pure devotion is what is asked here and shown here by Prithu Maharaj. Right? So Lord has spoken in 16th verse, Varam Vranishva Manavendra, something like that. Right? So he heard that, and he, after hearing that, he could not tolerate. My dear Lord, why Lord you are, like Prahlad Maharaj also said now, alluring me. Something like that. Actually, you are Varadarshabha. Even what is written, say, how can I choose a boon? He was unable to tolerate actually. Vara Varadanam is among the givers of benediction, Brahma, Shiva, etc. You are greater than them. Right? So why intelligent person will ask you anything? Like that. Asahanam he say. पृथुर्वाच वरान् विभोस्त्वद् वरदेश्वराद्भुतः कथं वृणीते गुणविक्रियात्मनां येनारकाणामपि सन्ति देहिनां तानीश कैवल्यपते वृणेन च. Yeah, please read.
My dear Lord, you are the best of the demigods who can offer benedictions. Why, therefore, should any learned person ask you for benedictions meant for living entities bewildered by the modes of nature? Such benedictions are available automatically, even in the lives of living entities suffering in hellish conditions. My dear Lord, you can certainly bestow merging into your existence, but I do not wish to have such a benediction.
Yeah. So first thing he is saying that Buddha katham vrinite, intelligent person, why he will ask you, who are you? Varadarshabha. But intelligent person will not ask you. And benediction here means material benediction. That's why what he says, Guna Vikriyatmanam means what? In the minds of those who are not Buddha, they want some material benediction. Dhanam, Janam, Sundari. Kavita. Guna Vikriyatmanam means in their minds, Atmanam, Guna. By influence of Guna, they have intentions. Or the otherwise. Guna influences intentions. Or intentions invites the modes. That's what it happens. So, why a Buddha will ask? And why he will not ask? Because these material things are available even in Yo Narakanam Apisanti. Those who have attained the body, even the people in Narka also, they get the material enjoyments, even in Narka. So many times we hear that Narka is only suffering, which is true. But it's not just suffering. What is there in the break? There is enjoyment of woman, food, and others. That's why Kapil Muni says, Narakasthopi deham vai pumam na pumam staktum icchati. So that purport Chakravarti Thakur says that there is pleasure of woman senses also. It's not just so he says, okay, you can be here. No problem. So that's the case. Narakanam api santi dehinam. So who will ask? So even a person who is intelligent little bit, he will ask for what? Kaivalya. Even Kaivalya desirers don't ask for material benedictions, right? Even those, Kaivalya means what? Merging. They also don't want anything material. What to speak of me who doesn't want to even pronounce liberation? I don't want even liberation. Means it's like three levels. Like there are some tap water is there, Bisleri water and Himalaya water. Three people are drinking that. So if one is drinking Himalaya water, is tasting that, then he will say, I don't want that tap water which is not even taken by those who Bisleri. Those who drink Bisleri also they don't take. I don't even want Bisleri, but Bisleri वाले भी वो नहीं चाहते, तो मेरे को तो बिल्कुल नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को गटर वाला भी नहीं चाहिए और Bisleri भी नहीं चाहिए. That's what is the point here, that Kaivalyapati. Kaivalyapati, that you are giver of liberation, those who desire liberation, but they also don't desire this because they are intelligent. So, but I don't want both of them. So that he clarifies in the next verse. Here he is indicating. So how I can accept them since I cannot tolerate even name of liberation. Even liberation is unattractive for me. Bisleri भी अच्छा नहीं लगता मुझे. तो ये गटर वाला क्या है? जिनको बिस्लरी अच्छा लगता है उसको भी गटर वाला नहीं चाहिए. So like that. Even liberation is unattractive. What to speak of material enjoyment? That's what is the mood here, he is saying. Only foolish person will ask for material benediction from you. Hmm. So this whole prayer is what to ask, what to not ask, and why, and what is the experience of everything. So this is the first verse he is saying. So Prabhupada in this purport, he compares karmi, jnani, yogi's aspiration versus bhakta. Basically what? They have all material, personal component. Bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami, sakala, ashant. They all use bhakti as a means. Mixture. There are different kinds of benediction according to demand. So he elaborates all that. But Prithu Maharaj doesn't want any of that. Right? So that is the thing which is in essence he is told here. He doesn't want. And then he quotes the experience of Prabodhanand Saraswati. What is that? Kaivalyam narakayate tridashakapurakash pushpayate durdantendriya kala sarpa patali protkhata strayate vishwam purna sukhayate vidimahindradishakitayate yat karunya kataksha vaibhavatam tameva gauram stumaha. So that's what Prabhupada is quoting. So these all other things are listed here. What are things? Kaivalya is like what? Narak fare. Why? Because servitude is not there. Not to criticize. Actually, any time Shastra or a devotee is criticizing, it is not about that thing. It is about glorifying what they are experiencing. That we have to understand. Otherwise, we can't say, "Arey, kya disrespect chala." Never, they never disrespect. Like bhukti mukti spruha yavat pishachi hridhi vartate. That is not criticism of bhukti or mukti. That is glorification of bhakti. That is what is to be understood. So, understand? Yes, yes, exactly. It's there. This is there in one of the commentary of some Vedanta Sutra or some very authentic Purana or something. Recently I heard. Actually, that kind of criticism we can do. There is no offense there. But we have to be seeing yesterday's lecture. No envy. We are trying to, because without criticism, we cannot fully glorify, actually. But the purpose of glorification is to glorify, not to criticize. Means, if someone is trying to glorify someone, in that he says, actually, ये मोबाइल सबसे अच्छा है, ये मोबाइल इतना अच्छा नहीं, तो उसका criticism नहीं, इसका ये है. So this is the first thing, Kaivalyam Narakayat. Then what he says, Tridashikpur Akasha Pushpayat. This, it is like phantasmagoria, the pleasure of, what is the pleasure? Delights of heaven, Swarga. And then, okay, delights are not required. What about post position? No, Indra's post, Brahma's post is like insect. And in between, what is there? He has senses. But his senses, what is happening? The Durdanta Indriya Kala Sarpa Patali Protkhat Damstrayat. So he has senses who are attracted to sense objects because of previous impressions. But what is removed from that? The poison is removed. He is not planning or consciously thinking about enjoyment. So those senses, even वो सांप डस भी दिया आपको तो डर जाएगा आदमी, लेकिन वो कुछ होगा नहीं. जिसको डसा उसको भी कुछ नहीं होगा, सांप को भी कोई मारेगा नहीं. वही बोला नारद मुनि ने ना वो सांप को. हम्बल सांप था वो. So Narad Muni said, you just show your this thing. So anyway, so this is all happening how? What is the last line? Actually, so what is the meaning of that? Sidelong glance of Mahaprabhu happens. Actually, this is the beauty of Prabhupada purports, that he brings in Gaur Nitai. Because currently we can't access Bhagavatam also without Gaur Nitai. And Gaur Nitai appeared for that. They came to purify our heart. You see this verse, what is? Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanandau Sahodito. Gaudodaye pushpavantau chitrau sandau tamonudav. So they destroy the tama, last thing. How they destroy tama? What is tama? Yes, what is tama? So many kinds of tama are there. But what is defined? Oh, you can just... Yes, what more? So this Kaviraj Goswami is saying, tama here means not just prohibited activities, not pious activity. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, vancha. That is tamas, according to Mahaprabhu's definition. This is the standard of pure devotion. And it goes next level, it high. That highest of this is moksha, ichha adi nirastaha. Moksha ichha is also tama for Vaishnava. That's what Kaivalyam Narak. That is tamas. And how he removes tamas? And third is Shubha Ashubha Karya. These three are tamas. Right? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, ichha. In that highest tamas is moksha ichha and Shubha Ashubha Karya. How this tamas is removed by Lord Chaitanya? They have arisen on the horizon of Gauda simultaneously, like sun and moon. Now sun is there, that's why we see. But Ghata and Pata. But what they, sun and moon, where they rise and what they destroy? Tamas in the heart. But how they destroy? Dui Bhagavata Dwara Kara Tama Nash. By giving association of two Bhagavatas. Eka Bhagavata Ara Bhagavata Shastra, Dui Bhagavat Bhakti Rasera Patra. So our tamas will be destroyed by only these two things, because Mahaprabhu has come to destroy through these two things. Person Bhagavat, book Bhagavat. That's all. They will have the standards of tamas which are being spoken. Others can have different standard of tamas. Right? So, actually this Chaitanya, that's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and more than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu is more important. That's what Prabhupada brought in, actually. So, that's the thing. So, we want mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So, these two Bhagavatas, they have come to destroy the tamas. So, surely the chanting holy name they have brought. Cheto Darpan Marjanam, but this also is there. That is there. That's why, by same thing, scrutinizingly, regularly studying Bhagavatam, one can become gradually attached to chanting of Hare Krishna. So that way, so that's what I was thinking, that see, three altars are there. So they are very nicely depicting. There is Kirtan and left side. Two activities are most important. What are they? Shravan and Kirtan. Kirtan of holy name and dancing. Two lords are here. And here who are there? What they are doing? They are hearing Hari Katha. Hari is hearing Hari Katha. Because it's not Hari Katha for him. For him it is Hari Bhakta Katha. That's why he is in ecstasy. So if they are in ecstasy hearing the holy fame, and they are in ecstasy dancing in the holy name. And if we do these two things properly, then we can come in Vrindavan. So that without these two lords, or they have specifically come, both are in Kali Yuga, specially, right? And Prabhupada has given us that. So now, next verse. So Prithu Maharaj has made his position very clear, that I don't want tap water, I don't want Bisleri water also. I only want Himalaya water. That's all. So that's what next verse is clearly telling that. Nakamayena tatadapyaham kvachin nayatra yushmacharanam bhujasavah mahantamantardayan mukhachuto vidatsvakarnayutameshamevaraha.
My dear Lord, I therefore do not wish to have the benediction of merging into your existence
a benediction in which there is no existence of the nectarian beverage of your lotus feet. I want the benediction of at least 1 million years, for thus I may be able to hear about the glories of your lotus feet from the mouths of your pure devotees.
Yeah. So actually in these prayers, a lot of conversation goes on. That's the juicy part of the prayer. What is interaction happening? So here what he is saying first, na kamaye. I don't want that. Nath means what? You are maintaining everyone. I called you Kaivalyapati. Please don't take that name seriously and think that I want Kaivalya. I don't want that. That is the first thing he is telling. I called you Kaivalyapati, but I don't want Kaivalya. Then what do you want? Means I don't want Kaivalya even if I am in greatest danger and distress. Tadapi aham kvachit. Means no, I am not asking for samanya var. That is I told. So here it is there. No, I don't want samanya var, neither I want vishesh var of Kaivalya also. And that also I don't want whenever, even if I am in greatest distress. That is meaning of tadapyaham kvachin. Kvachin means what? Kadachit ati dukha shayam api nakamay. तो मैं बहुत दुख में रहूंगा तो भी मेरे को कैवल्य नहीं चाहिए. सिर्फ नहीं चाहिए ऐसा नहीं. That is the first line. You can see the levels of his. Then Lord is asking, why you don't want? Kutaha? Because nayatra charana ambuja asavaha. There is not, what is not there? You can see makaranda stadiya guna katha madhurya bharo nasti. So your lotus feet and description of that in guna katha, that is not there in Kaivalya. That's what I don't want. So that is clear. What kind of you are talking about, madhurya? Can you tell little bit? Then the next line. What is that? Nakamayana tadampam kvachin nayatra yushma charanambujasava. Okay, it is not there. I understood. What is special about it? Next line. What is that? Mahattam antar hridayan mukhachyuto. So Mahattas, the great pure devotees, Mahantam antar hridayat mukhadvara chutaha. What is meaning of this? Antar hridayena asvadya. So they themselves relish in their heart. And what happens? Ananda udrekat. So they feel great great ananda, bliss. And ananda udrek hota hai tabhi they speak it. Kirtyaman. So that makes it more sweeter. Just as Shukha Mukhad Amruta Drava Samyuta. So this is not Tom, Dick, Harry speaking Harikatha. One who is tasting like this. Who is that? Lover of God. So you must have experienced when lover of God is explaining Harikatha, it's different. Why? Because of this. Because of this. That's why we have to go. There a lot of things will happen. Even if you miss this class, nothing is going to be missed. But when these people speak, we should go and hear. Vriddha, very exalted. That's why he gives Shukhamukhat Amruta Sanyutam. Means what? It tasya ati madhurya mudaye iti bhava. So that madhurta increases by coming from their mouth. That's what I am saying. That's what he is saying. And that indicates the opposite also. That if such non-excellent person is speaking or non-Vaishnava is speaking, then even sweet water of your lotus feet becomes salty. That is also indicated by this. Avaishnava mukhodgiranam putam harikathamritam shavanam naiva kartam. That is the very, very extreme difference, right? Lover of God and non-Vaishnava. So in between there are varieties of people. But this is what this is being talked about. What happens? There Ananda Udrek happens. So that's what it is. So Prabhupada quotes all these things in his purport. So Nayatra Vishmat Charanambuja Mahantam Antar Hridayan Mukhachyuto. So what do you want then? Vidat Swakarana yatameshameva. So that's how this is going. You see 4 lines, it's a live conversation going on, anticipating Lord may ask or whatever you can consider. That's the Bhagavata. So give me millions of years to hear wherever it's happening. That is the point. And here the meaning is also that I am saying na kamaye natha, because you maintain everyone, you have all kinds of, all living entities you maintain. Right? Eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman. So what you do, my Lord, you give kaivalya to those who ask for it. I don't want. And what you do? Their ears you give me. I don't want to trouble you. Anyway, they don't want their ears. That you give me. This is all Vishwanathan. Vishwanath Chakravarti. And he has tested all other acharyas and is putting together. So all of them you can see. Because Jiva Goswami indicates, but he fluffs. So that's what is there everywhere. So Prabhupada writes all these points in his purport, but emphasizes on hearing from pure devotee. He specifically mentioned that, I am reading purport, mentioned that the glories of the Lord should emanate. So it is not speaking, emanate. Means it is falling from the mouths of pure devotees. Actually, tas mahan mukharita madhu. Mukharita means it is there in mouth. Like someone is selling something, whichever comes, he will show that, right? So mukharita word is there where jnane prayasam udapasya namantaye jivanti sanmukharita bhavadiya varta sthane sthitah shrutigatan tanuvang mano ye prayasho ajita jitopit. Same thing, mukharita. So mukharita is not just speaking harikatha, it is overflow of his joy, ananda, udreka. That is of Prabhupada. Mouth of pure devotees who speak from the course of their hearts. They don't speak from the preparation, they don't speak from their brain, or they don't speak from, they are speaking from core of heart. Mahantam antar hridayan mukhachyuto. That's what is translated. So especially mentioned, specifically mentioned. So same thing, this. One might think that these glories of Lord can be heard from anywhere. So there is one incident, I don't know, Bhaktivedanta Maharaj and Shankaracharya. Did I tell that earlier or now? Anyone remembers? So one Shankaracharya, current Shankaracharya came in Russia. So great person. Shankaracharya is like Acharya of that Shankaracharya. So he should be given something. So Bhagavatam class is not possible to give, but he should be respected also. So Maharaj was thinking what to do. So what he thought that we cannot give Bhagavatam, but what I did, I called some senior devotees in the evening and I made him sit in a hall and ask him to speak. There were. So he chose Barha Pidam Natavaravapu Karnayo Karnikaram. Brilliant explanation. Amazing explanation of Krishna's beauty. Everyone was mesmerized. And everyone was astonished also. Then after the class, Maharaj and they are sitting. Huh? Russia. Then he is talking to Maharaj, and he is saying, actually, your Prabhupada is very intelligent. Actually, Panchopasana is there, but Prabhupada just took one of that and he didn't give any distraction, just told worship Krishna. It's very intelligent. This was his understanding. Means he never understood Krishna's to Bhagavan's name, forget about it. His goal was what we don't know, but he spoke very eloquently, mesmerizingly, but with Mayavad. And what is his understanding of Prabhupada? Actually, there are 5 gods are same only, but he just told one is there, so Western people can accept one. So he was very successful in his preaching. So he appreciated Prabhupada. That is his glory. That's why actually we cannot glorify a pure devotee and Lord. But we can try. So this is glorification of Prabhupada, but it's ignorant and offensive, actually, to some extent. So our glorification, that's why we should never glorify. We should repeat the glorification. It's like, Radhishambhu comes and that he gives example. Na? Someone says, he is from ITI or something like that. He is the human, if you tell. So it's like, there is no glory there. Although the person's intention is not, he doesn't know the glory on. That's what Prahlad Maharaj says actually, that my dear Lord, what is that? Naivatmanah prabhurayam nijala bhapurno manam janadi avidushah karuno vrinite manam janadi avidushah. A fool person glorifies you, still you accept it. That is your mercy. He doesn't know who are you. It's like child blabbering something out. He doesn't understand who are you, how glorious you are, how magnanimous you are, how powerful you are. But still you accept that is your mercy. And then he continues. So that's what Prabhupada is saying here. But here is mouths of either devotees or non-devotees. One might think that these glories of the Lord can be heard from anywhere, from mouths of either devotees or non-devotees. But here it is specifically mentioned that the glories of the Lord must emanate from mouths of pure devotees. So non-devotees and pure, perfected pure devotees. And in between there are all other devotees. Right? So we'll go, Prabhuji. Some verses are all about this only. All about this only. So at the end we will take. End in the sense, this section. So, but Prabhupada is saying, not just he's saying, just hear from any Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava. Such glorification of Lord is simply vibration of material sound. It's a dead sound, dead. You understand, dead? So, madhurapimi jalam kshara bhumi pravishtam yatha virasi bhavati. Actually, the lotus feet water is very sweet. But if it goes in the salty, this thing, जमीन में जाता है तो वो पानी कैसा टेस्ट क्या होगा उसका खारा पानी बने तथैव अवैष्णवो मुख निर्गतो भगवत गुणोपि न अतिरोचका इति व्यतिरेकश्च गम्य so he is saying न अतिरोचका means there is some ruchi also that was experienced by Shivas Thakur when he was walking, like you said, he was walking and Harikatha is going on. Who is giving Harikatha? No, Devanand Pandit. And he felt ecstasy. His position was very high. Right? So, na ati rochi, means rochi will be there because it's Hari Katha, but not ati rochi. That's why sweet rice is there, but lot of kankad will come in that, or salt will come. That's the thing. But when heard from mouth of pure devotee, glorification of Lord is immediately effective. Immediately. And then he quotes the essence of Bhagavatam. Satam prasangat mam virisam. Meant the glorification of Lord is potent when uttered from the mouth of pure devotee. Potency is there. That's why Prabhupada said a real preacher makes audience pregnant. Others are not important. So let us repeat the words of potent. That's the only hope. Try to repeat. Try to understand. Try to repeat. That's all. So now Lord is telling him, now different acharyas are telling different connections here. Which one we should take? Okay, third one we will take. So this is Sridhar Swami, Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So we choose Chakravarti Thakur here. Nanu mahat tattva dhyanapi durlabham kaivalyam api kuno nachati. Why don't you desire kaivalya which is desired by the greatest of the jnanis? You are saying, I don't want. So why it is he is doing Vyajastuti? Or other is, he is saying, my dear Lord, I am not qualified for Kaivalya actually. I am Kuyogi. These people are very high. They want Kaivalya. I am not that. Yadi vayam, means, or that way, nahi. Yadi vayam na tadrisha prarthana adhikarinaha, that. He is not using the word. I don't pray for Kaivalya because I am not adhikari for Kaivalya. Gada sakti bhava tathapi. Still I want to just hear. I don't want. So that is what he is telling here. Sa uttama shloka mahan mukhachyuto bhavat padamboja sudha kananilaha स्मृतिर्पुनर्विस्मृतितत्त्ववर्त्मनां कुयोगिनां नो वितरन्त्यलं वरैः.
My dear Lord, you are glorified by the selected verses uttered by great personalities. Such glorification of your lotus feet is just like a saffron particle. When the transcendental vibration from the mouth of a great devotee carries the aroma of saffron dust of your lotus feet, the forgetful living entity gradually remembers its eternal relationship with you. Devotees thus gradually come to the right conclusion about the values of life. My dear Lord, I therefore do not need any other benediction but the opportunity to hear from the mouth of your pure devotee.
Yeah. So here, what Sridhar Swami's connection is also amazing. He is saying, actually, they don't. Narutari Kaivalya Abhave Raga Dveshadi Kulanam means those who have attachments and aversions, उनको तो भक्ति सुख भी शक्य नहीं, because they don't want no कैवल्य अभावे राग द्वेषाद्य कुलानाम भक्ति सुखमपि न स्यात् इति आशंक्य. So he is doing Vyaj Stuti. What is meaning of Vyaj Stuti? He's like he's criticizing something, but it's like, no, don't go to Keshi Ghat. Means what? You go there. Right? So something like that. Vyaj Stuti like that. So what he's saying here is the previous verse was telling about Uttam. So that which is emanating from mouth of pure devotee, that has special content in it. Everything else is a material sound, but this is live. That is dead and this is live. And what is life? Krishna's presence or the dust of lotus feet of Krishna are present in that sound vibration. And this is the prayer of Shukdev Goswami actually. That so alankarishishta Bhagavan vachamsi me. Means what he is telling, my dear Lord, if you are not present in these words, my words are like dead. No, dead words they are. So you please decorate by your presence my words. Fully dependent on Lord. This is Shukdev Goswami, who is able to penetrate into heart of all these pure devotees. So he is also saying the same thing. That please, your presence. So Bhavat Padam Bhoja Sudha. So that nectar of your lotus feet is there. So here what is there? Sudha Kana Anilaha. So what is meaning of that? Even if one is far, Duradapi Kinchid Yasha Shravana Matra iti Artha. Just as our Devaki Nandan Prabhu told the story, for 2 minutes he heard that Harikatha. I don't know how many of you heard. But that also, Duradapi. He didn't want to hear. Little bit he heard. Or who is that? Our Guda? No. Our Chor, no? He went to Vrindavan, saw Krishna. Daku Bhagat also heard for some. Duradapi. Right? So there was effect. So what is point here is, this is called Kaimutya. So the wind which is carrying one of the dust particles of the nectar of your lotus feet is so effective. Then what to speak of actual dust and what to speak of the nectar itself? Sudha, Kana, Anila. तो अनिल ही इतना काम कर सकता है तो कण कितना करेंगे? कण इतना काम कर रहा है तो पूरा का पूरा सुधा मिलेगा तो क्या होगा? That is what is being spoken here. भवत पादाम भोज सुदायाः कणो लेशस तत्संबंधी तावद अनिलोपि किमुत तत्कणः किमुत तरान सा सुधा तद गुण कथा लेश प्रसंगो अपि इति अर्थः. Anyone who gets that, what happens to him? लेश भी मिलता है उसको, क्या होता है? तुरंत he remembers his connection with Lord. Your Lord is there in him. Right? So if Prabhupada says, where is your, what is that? Amrish Prabhu, he said, where is Henry Ford? Krishna is there in that. Just that words. It was not even Harikatha. Because that's what Mahan Mukhachyuto means, that's what is there. So it went into his heart. Smruti, Punar Smruti, Vismruta, those who are forgotten, those Kuyogis. So my dear Lord, I am that Kuyogi. Actually, these great souls you said, na Mahat, I am not that qualified. I don't want Kaivalya. If I hear, I can remember your Lord. Since you have told me from your instructions, you told me about Atma, Paramatma, body difference. So I am quite Kuyogi only. So I want this one. That's what he says actually here. Kuyogi nam no vitarante alam varai. I don't want anything else you want. No, I don't want anything else. Alam varai. So this is what. Why do you not desire liberation, which is very rarely achieved even by great knowers of truth? So this is told by ironic condemnation. Right? So this is called Vyaj Stuti. I am a bad yogi. Since I could not become a good yogi on the path practiced, why I should desire Kaivalya? मेरा अधिकार ही नहीं कैवल्य मांगने का. And how can I desire to attain power and wealth since I am completely satisfied just by tasting honey of the lotus feet, like a bee which is just an insect? Thus, indirectly, he tells superiority of devotee is indicated here, indirectly. So, I am a bad yogi, like that. So, Prabhupada writes all these points here. The transcendental vibration from mouth of pure devotee is so powerful that it can revive the living entity's eternal relationship. Those who are, so Jeev Jago. So, this is actually wake up. Otherwise, daydream, night dream. That's all. We are acting on upadhis, whosoever we are, it's dream. But it's purifying dream or putrefying dream. That's the only difference. So wake up. So I think once, I think our devotee was saying that actually holy morning program or holy name and Bhagavatam class is like wake up call. Our alarm है वो. तो snooze नहीं करना चाहिए. वो उठाता है हमको reality को उठाता है. This is reality. Whatever you are thinking, whatever your tension, that is all in more or less dream only. This awakening voice comes to the mind of pure devotee. From our voice, in our voice, some voice can come. But the awakening voice will come from pure devotee only. That's what Prabhupada is saying. Otherwise, our is noise only. We have to repeat the voice of pure devotee at least. In voice or choice or whatever your choice. This is the Siddhanta. A pure devotee always engages in the service of the Lord. So what is pure devotee? He is constantly taking shelter of Lord. He has a direct connection with saffron mercy particles that strewn on the lotus feet of the Lord. Although when pure devotee speaks, the articulation of his voice may resemble sound of metal sky. This voice is spiritually very powerful because it touches the particles of saffron dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. And anyone who gets it, he immediately remembers his eternal relationship. So Prabhupada is explaining and he has done this actually, right? So his earlier talks were not even understood. But the people who kept open ears, they got transformed. Right? Initially Bengali accent, there was no articulation or attractiveness in Prabhupada's voice, if you see. Means in terms of external, I am saying, otherwise very attractive voice actually. But from outside person, if you ask, he will feel like, what is this? But very powerful because saffron dust particles are there. For a conditioned soul, therefore, it is very important to hear from mouth of pure devotee. That's why whenever pure devotee comes, whosoever you are preaching, you bring them here. Your thousands of classes, we can't do anything which will happen in 1 hour. May happen. So that we should try our best. First of all, we should come and sit, then they will understand. But yes, this is important. This is what Prabhupada is saying. Very important. Here, direct, it may be very simple words. Doesn't matter. What is the topic? Doesn't matter. Whatever he speaks, no problem. No problem. However, who is fully surrendered to lotus feet. So that's why we have to associate with devotees with this kind of thing. Not for information, not for, they may tell, they may not tell. And both is nice. One is simple, one is another simplicity, another level of simplicity. That's why some Prabhupada disciples, they are so simple actually. But they are so deep. Because they have served the pure devotee. They have heard from pure devotee. Whole life, 50 years, they have served pure devotee. They have assisted pure devotee in the most difficult times of his preaching. Right? It's our duty to rise from Kuyoga to Suyoga. Therefore, this process of hearing from mouth of a pure devotee is very important for making progress in line of spiritual understanding. So how many times आधे मध्य च अंते च, पूरा वही एक ही चीज को ड्रिल किया है. Why? So this is more detail. So now next verse further he is saying. So Lord is saying now you give up this attachment to mat katha aswadapi viramya. You give up your this stage desire for hearing my glories. And yogindra spruhaniyam. Yogindra means the best of the yogis. What they desire? Kaivalya. Take that kaivalya. Lord is saying, give up that taste and take this kaivalya, which is desired by the greatest of the yogis. You are saying you are yogi, na? I am saying you become, at least aspire for what they aspire. Give up this taste. Then he replies. This is very beautiful verse. Yashah shivam shushrava arya sangame yadruchaya chop shrunoti te sakrut katham gunadnyo viramet vinapashum shriyat pravravre gunasangrahe chaya. Please read translation.
My dear highly glorified Lord, if one in the association of pure devotees hears even once the glories of your activities, it does not, unless he is nothing but an animal, give up the association of devotees, for no intelligent person would be so careless as to leave their association. The perfection of chanting and hearing about your glories was accepted even by the goddesses of fortune, who desired to hear of your unlimited activities and transcendental glories.
Yeah. So what he is saying here, that Yasha Shivam. So this is Lord's name. Oh Lord of what is that? Auspicious fame. Is addressed to Lord. So this is the most amazing name of Lord. Uttama Shlok. Or Yasha Shivam or Subhadra Shravas. These are the names which are the Lord's auspicious fame. Sushrava is also his name. Very nice to hear. Sushrava. Anyone, Yadruchaya means what? Akasmat. अकस्मात मीन्स व्हाट? न यत्ने न, यत्ने नहीं कर रहा है वो, ऐसा अकस्मात एक बार सुन लिया उसने. सकृत, बट किससे सुना? आर्य संगम है. मीन्स महंतम आंतर हृदय मुखच्युत. सेम आर्य संगम है एंड दैट इज सेम ऑन. हियरिंग वंस अकस्मात from a pure devotee, he also will have experienced something. Because same which is told earlier. So he also doesn't want to give up. Then what to speak of one who knows your qualities? So both will not want to give up. One is gunadnyo. Gunadnya means one who knows your qualities. Cha is there. And other person is one who is akasmat. No, what is here it's written? Ayatna, ayatno akasmat praptam api sakrudapi yah shrunoti. This is one category. Second category is gunadnya. One who knows about your qualities. Both of them, so first one hears only once, he can't give up. How Gunadnya can give up? There is no question of give. If he is giving up, then who is he? Pashu. Katham Gunadnya virameta vina pashum. So this vina pashum is, he is telling, my dear Lord, these yogis are bulls and karmis are camels. This is not direct, but dhvanitam. Chakravarti Thakur is indicating that if you give them the sugarcane shoots to the bull, he will not eat that. He wants normal grass only. And he gives up that. So who is that yogi? That yogi is the most unfortunate yogi. From third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This one. Evam harau bhagavato pratilabdha bhavo. He gives up, he cries for you, but he gives up your form and wants liberation. So he is like a bull. Bull, yeah, Pushu. And not every Jnani, this particular person who actually he sees the Paramatma, he cries for Paramatma, and afterwards he wants liberation. It's like Chittam Bad Tachapi Chitta Badisham Shanakair Viyungte. So he uses the Lord as a hook. That's why his heart is like hook, steel frame. Although he is showing some symptoms, but heart is not melting. So that is who, so that this person is like a bull. And karmi people who have no interest only. Traivargikaste purusha vimukha harimedasa kathayam kathaoru vikramasya madudusha. The person interested in artha, dharma and kama, so these are karmis, are averse to topics of supreme law. So they are like camel. If you give them mango buds, not mango leaves or whatever, they're very soft, right? But they want to eat the cactus, that only. Their own blood. That's what they want. So they are camels. So karmis are like camels and gyanis. So that's what, because they give up. Either they don't have interest or they experience and leave it. They are bulls, but I don't. Give these two people's liberation like feeding oil cake, chaff or rubbish to animals. तो उनको दोनों को दे दो आप. मेरे को नहीं चाहिए. So here only, what is the proof that taste of my topics is greater than liberation? Then last line. She yat pravravre guna sangrahecha. That not only Lakshmi ji wants to hear about your qualities. So here is Prabhupada. In purport, Prabhupada says that Lakshmi ji is doing tapasya in Vrindavan for attaining, entering into Ras Leela. So she also wants to hear about your Naam, Roop, Gun, Leela of Vrindavan. And she is doing penances. Guna Sangrahe Chaya. This is Prabhupada, not Vishwanath also. Vishwanath is indicating only. He doesn't go to gopis only. Prabhupada takes it there. So he said Lakshmi, Brahma, other person. And forget about Lakshmi. Shukdev Goswami, I have example. Shukdev Goswami was Kaivalya. But his samadhi broke because of what Radhesham Poe told, two things today. Two things for us and two things for Lord. What are those two things? For Lord, two things about Lord we should remember. What is that? Attractiveness and compassion. And that's what these two shlokas broke the samadhi of Shukdev Goswami. So these two should break our samadhi. Till that time we should hear about these two. Our samadhi in anything else of this world. These two. Attract madhurya of Krishna. And that's what Ei Dui Hetu. So what is this? Rasika Shekhara Krishna Parama Karuna Ei Dui Hetu Ichhara Udgama. So what is previous verse? Prema Rasa Niryas Korite Aswadan Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Kare Prachara. So the beauty of our thing is that Lord Chaitanya is happy to give that. He wants to experience and give. Aswadya and Vitara. So that's what we also have to do, or try to do. Aswadan and Vitaran. That's what Dravidipati Prabhu also say, that Aswadan and Vitaran. So this is what is a proof? So Shri Yat Pravravre means she accepts. She also is eager to hear about you. And why she is doing tapasya? Because she heard and she wants, right? But she is unable to give up that upadhi of I am the queen. I am grandeur queen, right? So she is still doing tapasya. What is that? Art. What is the first verse of this? Jayati te dhikam janmana vraja shayata indira shashvadatrahi dayita drishyata dikshutavaka Taidhrita Sava Tvam Vichinvati. That's what Prabhupada quotes. That Chakravarti Thakur also doesn't say. So she wants to hear about your qualities of your personal things, you see. Form, taste, fragrance, sound, touch, pastimes, charm, mercy. So it's very intimate things. Because Lakshmi is already very intimate. Right? Already she is quite, that's what will come in next. Lord will tell him, Are, you are novice, you are competing with Lakshmi. She is expert in serving my lotus feet. You are novice. Why you are competing with her? He says, actually, my Lord, she is mother only. I am son. So she will allow me. And even if she doesn't allow, you are what? Deen. You are Deen Vatsal. Uru kya? Uru, there is word. Karoshi Phalgu api uru dini vatsala. Phalgu, I am novice only, but you make small thing into big. So I have faith in your nature. You will choose my side. So there is no problem, even if there is some disturbance there. You will take my side, just as now you took my side. Indra is such big person. I am one king here. Indra is so big as compared to, but you took my side. Like that, you will take my side. So that is what. So Lakshmi is very intimate. That Lakshmi is also doing. So Prabhupada is taking that ahead there. So like second example is Shukdev, which I told, right? So that is two things. So Shukdev also broke. And what are two things for us? That is sadhana and sadhya, or sadhya and sadhana. What two things, what Radhishampu, which we should be focusing on? Greed. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati Kriyatam api kuto na labhyate Tatra laulyam api mulyam ekalam Janma koti shukrutir bhi na labhyate. So this greed, one has to aspire for the greed. That is the entry door. So that should be the goal. That's what he said. We have so many wants, he was telling, right? We have this want, foreign going want, so many different kinds of wants he was telling. But all wants will go when we have Krishna want. So that greed. And what is the second one? Krishnarthe Akhil Cheshta. So I was thinking similarly, Anna Vilashita Shunyam actually. He's trying to practice pure devotional service. Same thing. Krishnarthe Akhil Cheshta is same one. So these two are for we have to. So greed and sadhya is greed. And that is what is definition of sadhana bhakti. Kriti sadhya, bhave sadhya bhava. Bhava sa sadhana vida. So these two things. Anna Vilashita Shunyam and greed. And how it will come? By hearing about these two. Sweetness and mercy of Lord. How merciful is he? He can uplift anyone. Why not me? जगाई मदाई को कर लिया तो मेरा तो hope है बहुत सा. So yogis are like bulls, like that he saying. So Shriyat, so now you see, the association of devotees is most important factor in this world. Arya refers. Actually, this purport is amazing. I don't know. I have put this in. So Prabhupada here, whenever Arya word comes, Prabhupada writes a lot. So he is not writing much about shloka here. He is giving credit to the Vedic culture. He got success in preaching, but he is giving credit to what? Aryan culture. Because Arya culture was very, so they had all this value system. That's why when we preached, this glorification of Supreme Lord can be very much appreciated by Aryan family. So the Westerns, they got, all were Aryan earlier, gradually they start going away from the Arya, right? How is it that we are finding very easy to spread Krishna consciousness to Europeans and Americans? Because they are sons of this Arya. Prabhupada is giving credit to that. This is due to their having lost their original spiritual function. Presently, the descendants of Aryan family are taking this Krishna consciousness movement very seriously. So he is finding in his disciples, there are some people who are taking seriously. And what is the reason? This. So culture is so important. It remains. So this is Prabhupada. No credit. Then he is saying, this is what I was telling. Goddess of fortune, Lakshmi underwent severe austerities. So he is saying, Maharaj Puthu points out that even goddess of fortune, who is constant company of Lord Narayan, specifically wanted to hear about Lord's glories. So who are these? Here we can write which Lord this is? Krishna's glories, not Narayana's glories. Right? Of course, this is not written by Prabhupada. So we have to understand. The gopis who are pure devotees. So, and for association of the gopis. So this is additional. What she wanted, like that he wanted to hear of Lord's glories and the association of gopis who are pure devotees. The goddess of fortune. So this goes to show that Lakshmi is also pure devotee, but Lakshmi thinks gopis are pure devotee. Means the purity is more. So that is special. In answer, Maharaj Prithu maintains that the attraction of this chanting is so great that one cannot give up the process unless he is an animal. So this is the case if even if in contact with the transcendental vibration by chance. So this all we discussed. No? Sakrudapi, akasmat. So that's how it is going. That's why I aspire. So now it's 12:41. So this one portion is over of prayers. Now before break, if you had something, Prabhu, or anyone else has anything about what we discussed.
So just a question come in my mind that we always say pure devotee. So and we should.
Prabhupada is saying again and again.
Means we say obviously from purport we see that
Yes.
Prabhupada uses pure devotee always. So when we preach, means myself, I am not talking about myself.
Yes.
When we preach, we try to be as in line with as parampara, but there is a possibility that we may have some our thoughts there.
Yes.
So that preaching will help us in means, Krishna consciousness, or we should means what level we can engage.
Help us or help them?
Means preacher. Preacher means obviously audience also, but preacher also it is means what extent it is good for, because ultimately the audience will be benefited by hearing pure devotee. So when we speak, we are not pure devotee. So what
Yes.
exactly happens? That I don't understand.
Yes. So that pure devotee has told what? You preach. So we don't preach, we are doing seva. Who is preaching? Prabhupada is preaching. Who is preaching? Guru is preaching. Clear? We are not preaching. At the most, we are doing preaching seva. Or bhajan kriya. You know the difference between the two?
Sometimes
Bhajan and bhajan kriya, what is the difference?
bhajan is actually bhajan.
One who does lover of God does bhajan. We are doing what? Every day chanting, hearing. We are doing bhajan kriya. Same activities what they do, we also do.
So this
So we
instruction
are
is
do-
universal instruction. Preaching is universal because some devotees are specifically
Really,
told by Guru.
right? It has to be told by Guru. Nityananda Prabhu didn't
Some
preach.
devotees are not specifically told. They are told to do deity worship, but side by side they also preach themselves.
So that's what. Then see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given instruction, but Lord Nityananda also heard the instruction. Did he preach? He didn't preach till the time he got instruction. Because the person who is preaching should make you an instrument first. Isn't it? Because we are not preaching. That is the whole point. We are trying to do preaching seva. If we are told you clean the toilet, we clean the toilet. If you are told to preach, we preach. If you are told to cook, we cook. So all three things are same for us.
So Maharaj said, nice, you do Bhakti Shastri, you will be instrumental in Nagpur. Like that,
Haribol.
Maharaj says.
Haribol.
So like
God.
but he doesn't tell directly preaching, but you do Bhakti Shastri, you will be instrumental.
Yeah, so
So that means he's told
we have
preaching.
already blessed her. We have to do, even directly it is told, so there is no question on it. Whimsically is not good. Whatever given service, if you neglect that and go out and preach, that is, actually that's why my spiritual master says that real preaching is adhering to the instruction of Guru. It's real preaching. Because what is preaching is not just content. No? So that's why best is and in that instruction preaching activity or seva, there what we should do then, let pure devotee preach. Let Prabhupada. So what do? You explain what Prabhupada is saying. Or sit with them. This Bhaktivedanta Maharaj was saying in ILS. He was talking about this stages of Bhakti. Madhur Kadamini. Adav Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, Bhajan Kriya. So he was speaking for Shraddha, for He said actually Shraddha only so. So he said actually the true Shraddha can be given only by that person. We can't give, we have no capacity to give to anyone. So best course for a preacher is to connect him as soon as with Prabhupada. Prabhupada books, sit together and read Prabhupada books. Or in class you read and explain Prabhupada books or Prabhupada Bhagavatam, Gita. And explain what Prabhupada is saying. Try to explain. This is the most safest way. So they connect to Prabhupada nicely. Because we are becoming instrument to connect to pure person. Basically, we are not doctors or we are not teachers. We are monitor, which is repeating what teacher says, or we are doing surgery. We are not doing surgery. We are just assisting. Kaichi chahiye, ha, ye lo. Like that. That's the thing.
And devotees are nicely engaged as per their inclination, means they are engaged, made instrument to preach. Somewhere devotees themselves take up the preaching and then they are recognized and they are said, okay, you go ahead. So unless devotee take initiative, they are not encouraged. Some places, situations like that.
That's
So
what
is it okay or not? That's
my saying is forget about others. What we should do is what is written by Prabhupada. So Prabhupada encourages us to preach or not.
okay.
Repeat whatever I said.
So
He
that
is
can
the
be
most
taken as
clear person.
general instruction.
But we cannot go away from order of Guru. You 24/7, you have some more time left, you preach. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Whatever is told has to be done first.
That is done.
Apart from that, you have time to preach. What is the problem?
So that's what I am asking. That is universal instruction, preaching. Apart from our
Actually,
seva.
point is we do this differencing in different activities. That is, we have to put heart in whatever we are doing. अभी नहीं तो क्या होगा कि हम पुजारी सेवा जल्दी करके बच्चों का फॉलो अप करूंगा मैं. This is not please the deity. Deities, I'm just not personally I'm saying to you, bro. I'm just telling that whatever is told also has to be done with best of the ability. It is not that this is a limelight thing, I will do this, this I have to do. Have to do means finished. So you understand, we are valuing different activities of bhakti differently. That we should not be doing. Whatever Guru told is most important. And common thing is their morning program. There we should put all heart. Then all other things with heart. Whatever is told, you go, you do this now, you do this, do that. You should do that. Otherwise, this thing happens. Actually, I'm not saying it's always happens like that, but tendency is there. Actually, that's what our understanding is very. Actually, bhakti, there are pujaris, like these two pujaris are there in Mayapur. Are perfectly content to go on doing that. And my Guru Maharaj told Radheshambo in one question answer. At 8 years I was pujari, I didn't preach anything. 8 years what I was doing? Whole day in New Vrindavan on the top. I was just doing worship of deity. I never preached that. So that is the point. We have to put our heart in whatever we are doing as told by Guru. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Karya. And Guru will make you instrument. Na? If you are going in his hand, then he will make you instrument. Otherwise, he going out of your hand and he will see which side you are going, he will try to take you in hand. You understand? That's not pure devotion. You understand what I'm saying? ये करने ही वाला है, जैसे प्रभुपाद बोले ना उनको डाइवर्स ले सकते हैं ना, ले लो तो नहीं बोलेगा तो वो करने वाला है. Sanction is different than will. That's why there comes relationship, na? Because this, as you said, some people, we have to see the Siddhanta. Because we can't see the whole thing. The principles are eternal. Principles work. And that's how all the great souls also, the Maharajas, Gurus, they encourage all kinds of services. They will emphasize on some things, but still they will tell about, like Prabhupada told about cleaning, how to do it right. Temple hall clean. So where is the preaching there? But that also is the service. So we cannot like compromise or try to do this. So this is my understanding, bro. I am also trying to apply, but this is what I heard. Okay, so we'll have break now, 12:50. So we'll put 51. So we'll come back by 1516. Okay, and we'll complete prayers and complete the chapter. So we are going little detail in prayers. Hope it is not at least dissatisfying you. Little bit technical or something, but very nice. Prabhupada is also writing. Everyone of told his part-time after getting the part-time of and then he said that something similar happened. I should tell or not. I don't feel it is but anyway, I would say. Then they started telling me that Gopa came to steal from Samarpan. Develop some kind of कितना बंद हो गया तो सभी को पूछ लेंगे आज कल ये फोटो फिर ऊपर से नीचे आए फिर से बाहर आए How can he use the 50 years going for yatra? क्या बताया अभी मेरे को याद आया, प्रश्न पूछा ना। मनन करना चाहिए सब, मतलब श्रवण भी बोले, श्रवण के बाद मनन, मनन करके ऐसा इसके ऊपर मेडिटेशन। मैं बोला महाराज टेस्ट मी दैट आई विल डू दैट, बाहर निकलते हो तो ऐसा करती है। मनन अभी याद आया। So that is meditating on what is told, what we hear, वो जरूरी है। एक शब्द कुछ ज्यादा कुछ इधर कुछ दो, बस श्रवण और मनन, मनन दो दो दो, दो बात मनन कर, मनन इस श्रवण के बाद वो करना चाहिए। श्रवण तो बहुत बात कर रहे जाता है, मनन जरूरी, मनन होगा तो मन उसमें जाए, मन उनमें जाए जिसने बताया उसमें। यार इतना सा किया तो इतना है, तो पूरा करने का प्रयास कर रहा हूँ तो इतना अच्छा है, तो करूंगा तो क्या होगा, like that, because they have done that ना। Prabhupada was eager to go on Govardhan Parikrama. He had told Maharaj only to bring bullock cart. उसमें दो ग्रुप बन गए थे, वो सब अरेंज किया क्या तुम, इतना सब मगजमारी करके उन्होंने अरेंज किया था, गुरु आज्ञा। समझो वो भी बोलते थे नहीं हेल्थ है नहीं करना चाहिए, तो क्या होता था फिर, ये अटैच। सो माय गुरु महाराज सेज प्रभुपाद इंजीनियर्ड दिस पास्ट टाइम to show the goal of life of Guru. That's what Prabhupada tells, I think that Maharaj, na, is God with her, he said. I think it's my duty to make you attached. That's why, because Tamal Krishna Maharaj came and said, Prabhupada, we are feeling so much of pain. And so then Prabhupada was happy. This is what is duty of Guru. So that, okay, let us begin. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Bo. So let us go ahead. So we completed only 4 prayers, I think. 23, 24, 25, 26. Now go ahead. So my dear Lord, I want simply because Lakshmi ji is also eager to hear about you. So I desire what Lakshmi is also doing, seva. So I want service what Lord Goddess Lakshmi does. That is, therefore, here you can see Siddhar Swami saying, Ato Lakshmi hi iva, like Lakshmi, anya avatar, anya varatyagena. I don't want anything else. Tvam eva aham bhaja. I want to serve you only. That's all. Atha. Whenever atha comes means what? Atha means what? Therefore. Means something important is come. Is kind of saying something important. Therefore, I want this. You know, that kind of. Atha bhaje tvamikhila purushottamam gunalayam padmakare valalasah apyavayore kapatis prudhokali न स्यात् कृतत्वचरणैकतानयोः.
Lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and to serve just like the goddess of fortune, who carries a lotus flower in her hand, because His Lordship, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the reservoir of all transcendental qualities. I am afraid that the goddess of fortune and I would quarrel because both of us would be attentively engaged in the same service.
Yeah. So, what he is saying here, atha abhaji. So, one thing is bhaje, one thing is abhaji. So, why a is there? A means samyak, nishkama eva. Kaivalyam eva bhaktim kurve, न तो ज्ञान कर्मादि सिद्ध्यर्थम ज्ञानी कर्मी व गुणीभूतम इत्यर्थ. So I will do only bhakti, no mixture of bhakti. Atha a bhaje, a bhaje. So a means सम्यक, शुद्ध भक्ति करूंगा मैं बस, और कुछ नहीं. नो मिक्सचर. किसका भक्ति करूंगा? त्वा. Who are you? अखिल पुरुषोत्तम. Actually, this word I don't know where else it is there. Nowhere else is there. Purushottam word is there. Akhil Purushottam. Purushottam itself is Krishna's name, right? So here he is using Akhil Purushottam word, where not many commentators have commented anything. At least what I read. But Prabhupada takes this word. Whole purport is on this word only. Whole purport on this word, and he is glorifying Krishna. So we will go to that. Before that, so I will do pure bhakti to you only, following the footsteps of Lakshmi ji. गुणालयम पद्म करेव. पद्म करा कौन है? पद्म जो हाथ में पद्म लेती है वो पद्म करा. पद्म करा इव लालसा. आई हैव ग्रेट लॉन्गिंग टू सर्व लाइक मदर लक्ष्मी. शी सर्व्स योर लोटस फीट, शी मेक्स यू बिटर नट एंड ऑल दैट. ही राइट्स, विश्वनाथ चक्रु ठाकुर. Prabhupada also writes, I think. Yeah, that expertise is there. Somewhere it's written. So I want to do, I am great longing to do that service. And you are Gunalayam. Gunalaya means what? You are abode of all good qualities. So she is Guna Sangrahechaya Gunalayam Abhaje. So I will also do that. So I am also having longing. Lalasa is there. So he's expressing his lalasa here. And then he's thinking, actually, but the problem is, so kakwa is there. So this all is going on in his mind. He feels that, oh, maybe because I am desiring service like her, so she may get angry. Api avayoho, both of us, ekapati sprudho kali. Spradha means for one service, ekpati. For both you are our master. So there can be kali. Kali means what? Quarrel. And I want to do service. I want to do, like festival times, different devotees want to dress. So one only can dress, or at the most two can dress, right? Everyone can dress, but many can have desire, but one gets. So not that kali, that fight is good. That is so my Lord, that is so very rare. To even, yeah. So he is feeling that maybe my desire is, lalsa is there, but maybe some quarrel may happen. So he's thinking like that. He's expressing also. Then he says, no, quarrel will na syat. Immediately he concluded, nahi hoga. Kyun? Because both of you are eager to give you pleasure. So our case is not that Guru's case, no? Two disciples are there. They are massaging the feet of Guru. So they want to prove that I am better than others. They are not worrying about Guru. He is pinching on other side, and then Guru is feeling this fellow is wrong. And this fellow does that, and Guru is suffering. Right? So that will not happen here, because I want to please you and she also want to please you. Na syat krita tvatcharanaikatanayo. Ekatanayah tvatcharanaik. So both of us want to serve your lotus feet. तो quarrel नहीं होगा, हम manage हो जाएगा, क्योंकि हमारा intention दोनों का आपको खुश करना है. So like that he is thinking in these two lines, last two lines, that kind of that thought is going on in his mind. So here, Tva Akhila Purushottamam. So Prabhupada starts with, for Purush means what? Enjoy. So there are three kinds of enjoy. There's nowhere else Prabhupada has written this concept. Three kinds of enjoyer are there. Nitya, Mukta and Baddha. Not Nitya Mukta, Nitya enjoyer, Mukta enjoyer and Baddha enjoyer. So like that he begins telling. And see. Here this point I forgot to tell. Prabhupada also writes, I think, that we should not think here that the pati word is there. Na? Sprudho pati. Pati sprudho means he is in Madhurya Ras. No, he is not in Madhurya Ras. He is in Dasya Ras. That will come in the next verse. This is just he wants to do service in Dasya Bhav only. Next verse he will call Mother Lakshmi as Mother. Jagat Jananyam Jagadisha Vaishasa. So it's not Madhurya Ras, it's called Veer Bhakti. Veer means competition. He is so eager to serve, so he is competing with others. So Rupa Goswami is some Bhakti Samrit Sindhu quoted also by Chakravarti Thakur, explaining there is no Madhur Bhav here. There is Dasya Bhav only, but he is just wanting to assist Lakshmi. So servitude only. So three types of, he said Akhila Purushottam. So three types, second paragraph, I think, or first somewhere it starts. So three kinds of Purush. One is Nitya Purush, one is Mukta Purush, one is Baddha Purush. So Baddha Purush is Jiva, right? And he thinks he is enjoying, but he is not enjoying actually. Temporary. Mukta Purush can have two, means Mukta Atmas. And Nitya Purush is the Supreme Lord. So he, Mukta refers to living entities who never come within the material world. So Prabhupada is writing, Prabhupada is one such person, but he was told to come. I think recently someone shared that video. Or Chandamali Maharaj narrating the pastime. Prabhupada told, I don't want to go. Horrible places. I don't know how many of you saw that. That Brahmachari group. Huh? So you are all bees only, na? Huh? No? You are not in that group, huh? So there it was there, na? Chandramali Maharaj. But of course, you are real bees. You never go to WhatsApp. That's wonderful. Only. So, but sometimes some nice things are there. So he narrates the pastime of Prabhupada telling, Krishna told me, so material world, horrible place. Nahi jana, I don't want to go. Krishna tells him, you just go, write books and come back. That pastime, Chandramani Maharaj narrates. So Mukta is Nitya Siddha. Or what do we say? Sadhana Siddha, Nitya Siddha. That is Mukta category. And then the highest is that Vishnu Tattva, Nitya. And in that Vishnu Tattva also, there are Shakti-avesh avatar. So here Prabhupada tells the philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So who is Prithu Maharaj? He is Jiva empowered by Lord. So he is also avatar. But he wants to serve whom? Krishna. So Prabhupada says, similarly, Purushottama, greatest supreme personality of Godhead is Krishna or Vishnu, like that is. So inferior person serves superior person. So that's what he writes. And here or somewhere. So this is Prithu Maharaj considered. So he also wants to serve, right? So even Prithu Maharaj, being incarnation, also wants to serve superior. And the supermost is Krishna. That's what we discussed yesterday. So that point Prabhupada is telling here indirectly. And then Gunalayam, special qualities. And the most important गुण आलय है, गुण का आलय है, लेकिन सबसे important quality कौन सा है उसमें? Bhakta Vatsala. That's why those four qualities are very important, which Radhishambhu told today. That verse, very, very important. Which are those four qualities? Today only or yesterday? Today. Bhakta Vatsala, Chala, Kritadnya, Vadanya, Samarth. Ena chhade Pandit bhaje anya jan. One who knows Krishna, these four qualities. So we should meditate on those qualities of different pastimes where Krishna exhibited these qualities. So Bhakta Vatsalya. So Vatsalya means what? He different Vatsalta. What is the height of Bhakta Vatsalya? Or what is height of gratitude of Krishna? Or what is height of capability of Krishna? Or what is height of Vadanyata of Krishna? Yes, any pastime comes to your mind, just throw it. Yes, any quality, any pastime, quickly. Putana, that is which one? Vadanya. Vadanya, very nice. Height of Vadanyata. You reached the highest. Beyond that, nothing is there. Thank you. What else? Other qualities. 3 are remaining. Which one? Which quality? Capable. Yeah, and he's coming there. He's capable to consciously understand the misery and care for you and come there. Right? He's capable to come and deliver you. Very nice example. Any other example? Okay, very nice example, but further more examples are there. But any other thoughts in your mind? वदन्य हो गया, अभी ये पहुंच गया, उसके ऊपर कुछ नहीं। और महावदन्य महाप्रभु हो सकते, लेकिन वदन्य बोलो। Draupadi, any specific incidents? Vatsal, okay, yes. Yeah, that time she called. Yeah. That is for what? Which quality you are saying? Bhakta Vatsal. Nice, yes. Yes, yes. So that can be capability also. So many. Yes. Yes. That Bhishma is remembering that. Oh, very nice. Actually, that's wonderful. So Bhishma is saying that Vijaya Ratha Kutumba Attatotare. Means, my dear Lord, you are so Bhaktavatsal that you break your own promise. That is one thing, and that is glorious. And whole world is feeling that you are breaking promise, but you are actually this only known by Bhishma only. That's it. That he is breaking his own promise to fulfill Bhishma's promise actually. Right? That no one knows. Bhishma and Duryodhana only know. Duryodhana is dead already, so I don't know. But there Vijayarath Kutumba means what? Lord is not serving devotees only, not Arjuna. Not what all things he is doing? He is serving the horses by taking risk. Kutumba means what? You serve by taking risk, if required, doing adharma also. That is called kutumba. That's why ku word is there. Kutumba means what? That which is maintained even by doing adharma if required. Yeah, if required in emergency. So Krishna is कुटुंब विजय रथ ये कृष्ण का कुटुंब है क्यों क्योंकि विजय उधर अर्जुन है दैट इज वत्सलता इज एक्सटेंडिंग टू इवन यस सो ही ब्रेक्स सो भक्त वात्सल एक क्वालिटी रह गया या देन मुंडेन मोरलिस्ट दैट्स व्हाट वेरी नाइस यस देयर प्रभुपाद इज ग्लोरीफाइंग भक्त वात्सल्य yes so samartha is also over right so one samartha came to my mind in the morning now also actually capability the greatest capability of Krishna is what he is capable to reciprocate with everyone's love this capability is the most unique it is not like love of this world that you love one person he can't love others he can love everyone so everyone feels that he is with me everyone all the gopas who are eating they are feeling and specifically this capability was specially manifested when Krishna went to this Mithila to meet whom Bahulashva and why they didn't go to Dwarka to serve Krishna what is the reason very glorious reason so you can think about it later we will see capability we are discussing so Krishna simultaneously went at both houses simultaneously why and how he went in two houses but what happened in two houses और वो अकेले थे क्या अकेले तो थे नहीं वो उनके साथ वो बहुत सारे लेके जा रहे थे सबको लेके जा रहे थे रथ में बिठा करके हमने सुखदेव जी भी थे उधर उनके गुरु भी थे वेद व्यास जी उनके गुरु नारद मुनि भी थे हाँ सो हाउ इज केपेबल यू शो सम केपेबिलिटी साइमल्टेनियसली वेंट हाँ सो हाउ ही वेंट so he expanded what about others yes and why he did that to show the power How? Yes, love only. This whole thing is love only. Why? Yes. So, yes. So, yes. So both were happy. But you know what they saw? Krishna came to only my house. This is his capability. This person felt Krishna came to only my house. He felt Krishna came to only my house. And he went, and along with all the entourage, they expanded themselves in two groups. Shrutudev and Bholash. This is capability. So, and in Rath Yatra also we heard that he can reciprocate, and that is mercy Prabhupada could see. So when one understands that there is nothing, no question of any envy, right? But Krishna is capable to, his love doesn't fragment. His love is not limited. Means I used to wonder earlier, now also I wonder that how many gopis and how many manjiris, how service will happen, I don't know. And how many gopas also, right? Kaisa hoga bheed? Matlab, that kind of materialistic thought is there. But Krishna is capable to receive seva in some way. So he can exchange with everyone, and it's not that expertly, personally. For all 16,108 wives, his forms were different. Height, some differences were there. This is capability of Krishna. So like, huh? Yeah. So that time all his Devaki, Vasudeva, all must have expanded, right? So many marriage ceremonies. ये सब एक टाइम हुआ क्या सब? कितना शादी, बाप रे, कितना बारात, कितना क्या क्या हुआ होगा. So Gunalayam, but in that the greatest quality is Bhaktavatsal among the four. That's why first is that. Once you understand that Krishna, that all others are later. Bhaktavatsal is concerned. He will forgive. He will forgive the mistakes and all that. So Prabhupada elaborates all that. He is not in Ras, Madhurya Ras and all that we discussed. Right? Prabhupada writes all that. About Ras also Prabhupada writes. Prithu Maharaj was thinking goddess of fortune, universal mother, next verse. So it is not, there is no question of competing with Madhurya. This suggests that in the absolute world, there is sometimes competition between servitors in service of Lord. But, so this is for us, competition is without malice. So he concluded, no problem, because both of us want to please you. In Vaikuntha worlds, if a devotee excels in the service of Lord, others do not become envious of his excellent service, but rather aspire to come to the platform of that service. So Prabhupada said, my temples are Vaikuntha. And we are fortunate to stay in that temple. So how fortunate we are. But these things we should try to apply, try to see what we think about other devotees. Every devotee here has that speciality. Now he is telling, no, fight, even if fight happens, you will take my side. Jagat jananyam jagadisha vaishasam syadeva yat karmanina samihitam karoshi falgu vrudina vatsalah swa esha deshne bhiratasya kim taya.
My dear Lord of the universe, the goddess of fortune Lakshmi is the mother of the universe, and yet I think that she may be angry with me because of my intruding upon her service and acting on that very platform to which she is so much attached. Yet I am hopeful that even though there is some misunderstanding, you will take my part, for you are very much inclined to the poor and you always magnify even insignificant service onto you. Therefore, even though she becomes angry, I think that there is no harm for you because you are so self sufficient that you can do without her.
Actually, Prabhupada is giving different commentaries in translation only. So this last line is another meaning of last line of the verse. That swaeva dhishne abhiratasya kimtaya. Even if fight happens and she goes, because you will take my side, right? So she goes. Lakshmi ji leaves you. Like Satyabhama left her. And Satyabhama was angry. She leaves you, but you are Atmaram. You don't have any problem, right? That's why Lakshmi chose her, chose him. If you see the Samudra Manthan, what happened? Lakshmi came. What Lakshmi was doing? She was evaluating. She was seeing all good qualities, but one fault she will see. Then she, no, I reject, I reject, 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 reject. Came to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is very nice, and but he doesn't want me because he is Atmaram. But still, he is Bhaktavatsal, so I will marry him. Like that, her conclusion is given in 4 verses. So that is the case with Lakshmi ji actually. So Lord says that, not says, Prithu Maharaj is saying that Lakshmi ji is saying that he doesn't need me, but I want. He is faultless, faultless person. He has no fault. Like all others have so many faults. He has knowledge, but he has this problem. Shiva, so many personalities. Amazing comparison. So same thing. So that is given by one Acharya. Prabhupada is putting that also. Competition is given, that also is putting. So this is amazing the way. So here the most important part is this. Karoshi Falgu Vayuru Dina Vatsal. So there is that sloka na, that when Lord is called as Bhakta Vatsal, I fear. But when your name is Deen Vatsal, then I get lot of encouragement and hope. There is some verse like that, very nice verse. So that is what is his speciality, Deen Vatsala. So you took my side during the karma also, Indra. And here he says, Are, why you are competing with her? You are novice and she is experienced. Are, what happened? So you are novice and she is. So why you are competing with her? You are not competent enough. No problem, my lord. You accept. You accept. Although there will be some whatever. And she is my mother anyway. She will consider me as son and accept. No problem. That also. So different things are given by acharyas. Or. So all that is there. So that is this verse. Now the next 29, 30, 31, it's all about that generally the devotees don't ask for any benediction or material benediction. No varam. They just want to do service. That's all. So that is what next 3 verses are mainly speaking, that my dear Lord, I don't want any benediction. Yeah. I do not fear her anger, since I possess your power. Why I should worry about her? Okay, we have to reconnect. Connecting. Password. What is this? इंटरनेट तो कनेक्टेड है ना? कनेक्ट अभी हो रहा है. So Prabhupada in this purport writes about how Lakshmi she is an ideal wife because she takes care of Lord Narayan in every detail. She takes care not only of his lotus feet, but the household affairs of the Lord always. She cooks nice foods, fans him while he eats, smooths the sandalwood pulp on his face, sets him bed, and sitting places in a right order. In this way, she is always engaged in service of Lord, and there is hardly any opportunity for any other devotee to intrude upon his daily activities. So Hanumanji also had gone like that. Like story is there of that. So that time, okay, we'll consider, we'll give you some seva, right? So kuch to hai. So this goddess of fortune would irritate. Prithu Maharaj was therefore almost certain that his intrusion into service of goddess of fortune would irritate her and cause her to become angry with him. Like that. But why Mother of Universe can become angry with son because I am her son? So then he told, you will take my side, like that. So Prabhupada elaborates the whole concept. So, but the Lord is so kind that he accepts a little insignificant service, and therefore it is stated in Vishnu Puran that following the principles of Varnashram, one can satisfy Lord. So Prithu Maharaj therefore expected that his insignificant service to Lord will be accepted by him as being greater than that of Lakshmi ji. And Lakshmi ji is Chanchal. So self-sufficiency he elaborates. So therefore Prithu Maharaj was confident that even if Goddess of Fortune becomes angry with him, there would be no harm neither to the Lord nor for himself. मतलब स्वामी का कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं, मेरा प्रॉब्लम, हमारा सेवा चलेगा, कुछ प्रॉब्लम इंटरनेट का प्रॉब्लम है। ओ ये लगाना क्या कहते, ट्राई दिस। So actually I was telling about these four qualities, na? So gratitude we didn't say. Gratitude, any quick one person, gratitude, Krishna, Sudama, specific incident. I remembered gratitude of Balaram towards Dvivida. So when Dvivida is doing abominable activities, when Balram saw that, Balram remembered his service to Lord Ram. So he didn't want to kill him actually. He was trying to set things, if at all possible. But he was not ready. So Balramji hesitatingly killed him, remembering that he has done lot of service for my master Lord Ram. That is Balram's gratitude. I don't know how much Krishna will be gratitude. What is it? Yeah, that's why he has to come in another incarnation to repay that gratitude. Yes, Naparayam. That's the greatest gratitude. So he's supremely grateful. Some small circumstances. So, Sandipani Muni. Yes, that is there. So yes, gratitude actually krutadnya. So he will never forget service done by you. Maybe some others may forget, but he will never forget. Right? That is the hope. And others also don't forget, but I'm saying that Krishna's gratitude is oceanic. He will remember something someone has done before in the previous life. What is the problem? अभी ये देखो ये वो, हाँ यही प्रॉब्लम, उधर ये करो, हाँ कनेक्ट आ ही नहीं रहे, हाँ करेक्ट, some time left, 4-5 verses, that's it. क्यों पता नहीं चल रहा है. So that is what is this. So Karoshi Falgu Uru Dina Vatsala. So this is very special quality of Lord. So now 29th. My dear Lord, not just I am desiring like this, every actual devotee desires like this service on. So next verse I am reading. भजन्त्यथत्वा मत एव साधवो व्यदस्तमाया गुणविभ्रमोदयम् भवत्पदानुस्मरणादृते सताम् निमित्तान्यद्भगवन्न विद्महे. नहीं मोबाइल पे लगा दो बोल रहे हो. Hotspot.
Great saintly persons who are always liberated to take to your devotional service, because only by devotional service can one be relieved from the illusions of material existence. O my Lord, there is no reason for the liberated souls to take shelter at your lotus feet except that such souls are constantly thinking of your feet.
Yeah. So one conclusion he gave for himself, like atha abhaje. Now his general conclusion he is giving for all devotees. My dear Lord, not just I desire like this seva, and I don't want any liberation. Like that, every devotee, actual devotee, doesn't want anything from you. Atha means bhajanti atha. Tvam atha eva sadhavo. Sadhavo means pure devotees. saintly persons, they also do bhajan of you while giving up all guna vibramodayam. Means what? The illusion caused by three modes which causes their desires to ask for benediction. What they do? Vidasta means what? Give up. Sadhavo vyudasta guna vibramodaya. हाँ, माया गुण, माया के गुणों का गुणों से जो विभ्रम प्रकट होता है, उससे जो उदय का होता है इच्छा, वर, मेरे को ये वर चाहिए, वो वर चाहिए, धनम जनम सुंदरी वॉट, सो इट गोज अवे फॉर whom? Sadhava. And what they want? Bhavat pada anusmarana dhriti. Apart from constantly remembering your lotus feet, they don't want anything else. There is no other. Satam nimitta. Nimitta means, any other, like nimitta, what is that? Animitta nimittena dharmena aradhayan harim. This is what Vaikuntha. They serve Lord not to get anything. So nimitta is what you call in English? नहीं वही नहीं, वो इधर नहीं बैठेगा. Like no, nothing in return. So nimitta rite bhavat padanusmaran nimitta eva. No other nimitta. Tatam. And that's what I know, my Lord. I know that all devotees, not just me, all devotees, they just want to remember your lotus feet constantly. That's what they want to do. That's what I also want. And they don't want any other benediction. Gunasya maya vidasya maya guna vibramodayam. So, he is now generalizing his demand that, I am not asking something. This is what every devotee desires, like that. So, Prabhupada in the purport, again he tells all about, so their sadhava and satam and all are there. So the jnanis come to this conclusion after bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. So actually this verse is telling that these three kinds of people, artha, jigyasu, artharthi, when they will actually become jnani, and when they will get delivered actually. That question is asked, then Krishna answers, bahunam janmanam ante. So even if they are Mishra Bhaktas, unless they come in touch with devotee, if they continue like that, it will take many, many lifetimes to come to surrender. Bhunam Janman. So after long life, Artha Jidnyasu Artharthi will become Jnani. Bhunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan. When he will given Jnana, he will understand Vasudev Sarvamiti. Then Vasudev Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. So not that all will come to this conclusion, some of them. That's what Prabhupada is saying. Self-realization is not complete unless one comes to bhakti. So Prabhupada, this is trademark of Prabhupada, that Atma Sakshatkar is not enough. One has to be engaged in the activity of soul. Right? And that is bhakti. So self-realization. As long as one is affected by the modes of material nature, especially Rajas Tamas, he will be very greedy and lusty and will engage in all kinds of hard tasks, laboring all day and night. Right? So this is Guna Vibramodayam. So many desires and so many benedictions. That's what they pray to Devatas or even Krishna also. There is no rest in any species of life. Such false egoism carries one from species of life to another life. Tamas, Rajas. But Jnani comes to Sattva Gun and he gives up all that. Vidasta. But that Jnani also doesn't surrender to you immediately. So Prabhupada is bringing such. So first two line he is taking for Jnanis. And then they come after Bahunam Janmanam Ante to Bhavat Pada Anusmarana. The Jnani understands this fact and therefore ceases to work. Then he takes karma sannyas. And then he comes to bhakti. अरे नहीं, मोबाइल पे लगा दो. ओके, मतलब अपना प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, इंटरनेट का प्रॉब्लम. नहीं, मोबाइल लगा, मेरे मोबाइल में नहीं तो आपके मोबाइल में, और इधर रख दो. मोबाइल में मतलब हॉटस्पॉट मत करो, मोबाइल में ही लगा दो. दैट विल हैपन. Oh, दैट्स गुड ना. देन Okay, now, okay, yeah, yeah. Everyone has books. He also has book, I think. Correct. Then he satisfied only in contemplating the lotus feet of Lord constantly. So that is what. If liberation were end in itself, there would be no question of liberated persons taking to bhakti. In other words, the transcendental bliss derived from self-realization known as Atmanand is very insignificant in presence of Bhakti-anand. So that is the conclusion. Right? So Prithu Maharaj concluded this one. Now, then Lord asked him, then why I ask my devotees, please ask for benediction. Lord asked like that. Next verse he speaks. मन्ये गिरां ते जगतां विमोहिनीं वरं वृणीष्वेति भजन्त्यमात्थयत् वाचानुतन्त्या यदि ते जनोसितः कथं पुनः कर्म करोति मोहितः. Yeah, please read.
My dear Lord, what you have said to your unalloyed devotee is certainly very much bewildering. The allurements you offer in the Vedas are certainly not suitable for pure devotees. People in general, bound by a sweet word of the Vedas, engage themselves again and again in fruitive activities, enamored by the results of their actions.
Yeah. So you say to devotees, now ask for benediction. That is the most bewildering thing you do. So neophyte devotees, they ask for something. But those devotees, they understand, they feel this is Pralobhan Baba. That this is all depicted. But still Lord asks actually. Why? What is the reason? Where Lord is asking so many times, please ask something. Whom all he said like that? Huh? Narsimdev asked Prahlad. 2 times he asked, अरे कुछ तो मेरे लिए तो मांगो यार, आपको कुछ नहीं चाहिए. Correct? Yes, Mahaprakash Leela is depicting this fact. And Kapil Muni also says why he says like that. That Lord gets great pleasure when he asks that please ask something, and then the devotee says, I don't want anything. In that reply, Lord becomes more happy. This is Kapil Muni in 325. This is this verse actually 3.20. That's why he keeps on asking, na? Because see, reciprocation is the need of love, na? अरे वाह कुछ पूछेंगे नहीं तो मैं क्या? That's what he told, na? Narsimdev also was telling, you ask for my pleasure, you ask, I know. And then he's asking, what is asking? Destroy the, huh? हाँ वेदी दास्यसी में अमान वरांसम वरदर्शव कामानाम हृदय असमरोहम भवतस्तु वृणम. That is one side. Other side is our Kolavicha Shedar is telling Lord, don't get agitated, my Lord. I don't want anything. Lord is agitating. Ask, I will give you Siddhi, I will give you this. So that is what pleases him actually. So this is there in, okay, here only it is. 325 somewhere. So Lord, Sprahaniya word is this, Sprahaniya. Very well. Correct, that only. Correct. How words you are catching. Ruchani Amba Santa. There only somewhere. 3 point. Oh, this is 325, 35. Exactly what he said. That verse only. Pashyami te ruchirani amba santa. This is 35. पश्यन्ति मे रुचिराणि अम्बसन्तः प्रसन्नवक्त्रारुणलोचनानि रूपाणि दिव्यानि वरप्रदानि साकं वाचं स्पृहणीयां वदन्ति. So here you can see, now you can't see, but I am reading. Their words express some desire, desiring to hear those words. I say, please accept this boon. I do not desire to give them anything else. Sridhar Swami says the superior eternal happiness is bhakti through realization of the Supreme Lord. So he wants to hear that I don't want anything. So you see this verse, na parameshtyam, na cha sarvabhaumam, and so many times this verse comes, right? At least 3-4 places it comes. So he quotes all those verses, you see. Nakamayena, say this verse also quoted. Nakamayena tha tadapyaham kochit. So devotees, please accept this gift. Like that Lord says. And then they speak with me. Sakam, Vacham. Sakam, Vacham means this watch they say. I don't want this gutter water, Bisleri water or any other brand. I only want the water which washed your lotus feet. That's all. So that's what they tell explicitly. So he says, and then Lord becomes very happy. And then they express their desire. Desiring to hear that word from them. He asked this question. Please ask something. So this doesn't bewilder the great devotees. But so that's what Chakravarti Thakur writes. You can see. This is the verse, right? 29, na? No, here. Our now coming back to our. Okay, इधर ये दिख रहा है क्या? Okay, you are sharing. Now back to our verse. Vimohinim, na 30th verse. Yeah, Chakravarti Thakur का है क्या आपके पास? हाँ, so that you show. So then why do I ask my devotee to request benediction then? If an immature devotee asks for some material benediction out of strong greed, he will be destroyed since he cheated is of bhakti ras. तो उसको वो मिल जाएगा. That's why muktim dadati karhichit smana bhakti yoga. Lord will give everything else, but he will not give bhakti. So this is bhav bhakti. This is sudurlabh. Unless we want it, he will never give. And then he will give? Whatever else we want. All other wants he will give quickly. Kyunki he will give means he will give himself. Right? So that's why, so he cheated of bhakti ras, he says, directly. So immature devotee, he says that. So and yamimam pushpitam vacham, that is another vimohini. Right? That is about, so devotee vimohini and pushpitam vacham vimohini is for karma kandi people. Unless person is bound by your words, how can he continue to do such acts? Being bewildered by the results again and again. So jagatam vimohinim. So your words of Vedas are creating lot of bewilderment in people. Like Prachini Bharishat or so many others. That's why Vedvyas was chastised. By Narad Muni. That you have written all this, people will do whatever they want and they will take your name. And they will be vimohini, they will be cheated of bhakti ras. That's why you have done greatest injustice, my dear Vedvyas. Jugupsitam dharma krute anushasat swabhava raktasya mahan vyatikram. Then he says, my dear Narada, I am not wanting to do that. I am thinking good intention is there. They are not interested in the medicine. They are interested. That's why I am giving. Na? In Gita, I gave Sarva Dharman Parityaja. And in Mahabharata, I gave Narayaniya, Vishnu Sastra Nam. I am giving. He says, no, they will take your, when you quote them, 18.66, they will say that I follow 3rd chapter, Haribo. Then what you will say? Nothing you can say. So, Nivaranam Tajana, they don't give up that lower thing and come, they are cheated of Bhakti Ras. So, that is the problem. So, what about these people, my dear? Unka hope kya hai? Next verse. Vichakshanasya arhati vedi tum vibho anantaparasya vitanvatah sukham. So, this Bhakti Ras will be understood and experienced by Vichakshanas, those who are intelligent. And when Vichakshanas take up to Bhakti, all others will see. Those who are ignorant, they will see. Yad yad acharati shreshthas tatta deve tarojana. So they will do Bhakti, so they will be cared. Don't worry. They will see, अरे this person, Radhe Shampoo, IIT का MTech वाला भक्ति कर रहे, कुछ तो है इसमें, no? We should do. At least that thought came to our mind, at least 100%. Tare, Sheshta is doing means something is there. Then we enter. So that will happen. So this will take care of that. Don't write those things because Jagatam Vimohini. That's why our Acharyas write Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda. Sava Vishera Bhand. Jagatam Vimohini. Vachachu Tantya Yadite Janosita. Katham Punah. Karoti Karma Karoti Mohita. So he will never give up this because he will get results. He will do it. So Karma Mimansa philosophy is that only, na? You tell them that, Arey, Lord is coming. No, no, you just enjoy in material world. That's it. That's what Pachini Barisat was doing all his life. And then he told Narada, my dear Lord, these earlier gurus never told me this. Why? Because they're Rushayapi Mohitaha. Same word is there. Because what you have told Narada is extremely confidential. You have cut all my doubts. So I reject them, I accept you. So same word is there that these all sages, he used the word Rishayaha. Rishaya api mohitaha. They are karma kanda. So they are, so Vedas are bewildering. This is Prachini Varishat is telling Narada Muni that Mohitam. My earlier teachers, this is 29 chapter, 429, 50, I think, 50 or 51. 4.29. 29. Here it is. Just a second. I'm 53 नहीं है 54 आगे 29 chapter. Here it is. 56 57 bro. 57 to be more specific. संशयोत्तर तो मे विप्र संचिन्न तत्कृतो महान ऋषयोपि हि मुह्यन्ति यत्र न इंद्रिय वृत्तयः. So these all rishis I have conquered senses. They are not sense gratifiers, but they all guided me to do karma because they are muhyanti. But you are. My dear great Brahmana, or you can read the down one. Oh Brahmana, you have destroyed all my great doubt created by these teachers, by your teachings. Even sages who have controlled senses are bewildered. So doubt created by the teachers who taught the contrary statements of Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya. So what they used to tell, this is all impossible. You just do this karma kanda only, that is possible for you. So the sages in whom sense actions do not prevail, who have conquered the senses are bewildered. Like that. Right? So this is Vimohinim. So this Vedas, words of the Vedas are bewildering. So Prabhupada quotes same which already we discussed. Visher Bhand. Cultivation of knowledge to understand one's spiritual position is also waste of time. My Lord, what? Very big statement it is. Atma Sakshatkar and knowledge of Atma Sakshatkar is waste of time, Prabhupada. A pure devotee is not at all interested in bhukti or mukti. Why? Because they are pishachi. Bhukti spruha, mukti spruha. Chaitan Charitamrit. So Prabhupada is taking from. So this happens in some fortunate cases that someone approaches Lord and Lord, no, Ami Vigya, he gives his lotus feet and all that he quotes. They continue life after life in different bodily forms. Last line. So last verse now. He is saying, Tvanmaya jana isha khandito yadanyata asha satartatmano buddha yatha chared bala hitam pita swayam tatha tvamayavarhasinam samihitum.
My Lord, due to your illusory energy, all living beings in this material world have forgotten their real constitutional position. And out of ignorance, they are always desirous of material happiness in the form of society, friendship, and love. Therefore, please do not ask me to take some material benefits from you. But as a father, not waiting for the son's demand,
does everything for the benefit of the son. Please bestow upon me whatever you think best for me.
Yes. So this is Sharanagati actually. So Prabhupada writes this. Our duty is to simply surrender to Lord and let Him take charge, for He knows what is good for us. So actually this kind of faith is called the trunk of Sharanagati. The six aspects of Sharanagati, the tree of Sharanagati. What is the trunk of Sharanagati? In the six Anukullesa Sankam. Gopturtve Varnam Tatha. Means what? Krishna is my guardian, maintainer. And in maintenance, protection is there, but protection is separately mentioned because person becomes intense. But in maintenance, protection is already there. So the trunk is this. How much faith we have that Krishna is my maintainer. ISKCON is not my maintainer. Temple is not my maintainer. Funds are coming and not my maintenance. Vrindavan Chandra is maintaining me. If I serve him, he will maintain me wherever I am. So Krishna, actually once Bhakti Padma Maharaj made a very amazing comment to eyelids. So I am doing audacity of repeating because he made this comment that Krishna does not reciprocate in the boundary of ISKCON. Krishna reciprocates with principles. He was speaking about those who are outside ISKCON, some people. If they are following certain principles nicely, their finance is very transparent, Krishna will send a lot of money to them. That is what he was speaking. So Krishna is my maintainer. So this faith is extremely important for devotee. That's what we have to do. That Krishna knows better. So that's what Radhesham was telling, that more we have faith, then more Krishna's system, Guru, then we can see others in that light. Okay, these are Guru and Krishna's representatives. So I should try to please them. So pure devotee does not ask anything, nor does he ask any. This is most amazing. This is always purpose says. Neither material benefit, neither spiritual benefit. This second line, I think. Similarly, the pure devotees does not ask anything from the Lord for material benefit, nor does he ask for spiritual benefit. So that's what is means what Vaikuntha and all. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. The difficulty is that due to forgetfulness of living entities create unnecessary demands and entangle themselves. The result is that no end of material life. So our duty is to surrender. He knows better. That is the perfect position. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundari. The conclusion is that the pure devotee should not aspire after any material benefit from devotional service. So this is one thing. No material benefit from devotional service. Nor should he be enamored by the fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. So Anna Vilashita Shunya. He should always be engaged favorably in the service of the Lord. That is the highest. So pure Anna Vilashita Shunyam is the highest perfection of life. That's what he said. Consciously trying. So that is this aspiration is what is the goal of his prayers. So like that he finishes prayers. So beautiful prayers of Prithu Maharaj are coming to end. Now you see how Lord is responding. Next verse, 32. Maitreya Uvacha Ityadiraje Nanutah Savishvadruk Tamaharajan Mai Bhaktarasute Dishtedrishi Dhir Maite Kritayaya Maya Madiyam Tartisma Dustyajam.
The great sage Maitreya continued by saying that the Lord, the seer of the universe, after hearing Prithu prayer, addressed the king, "My dear king, may you always be blessed by engaging in my devotional service. Only by such purity of purpose as you yourself very intelligently express can one cross over the insurmountable illusory energy of Maya."
Yeah. So what is the key word here? Purity of purpose. This is the most key word in our life. Purity of purpose. Right? So, or we can say, as Gaurang Darshan Prabhu put very nicely that day, that purity, before purity comes Correct. But what we call that as one word? Yes. Ahaituki apratihata. He made it simple words as sincerity and purity. So sincerity of purpose will come purity of purpose, which Lord appreciates. Very intelligently you are explaining this purity. Actually, this purity of prayers is heart touching for the Lord. This purity only is there in Chatushloki of Vitarasura. That purity of his intention, that's why these prayers are taken to a very high level, because of purity of intention on. So there also same thing is there, that he seemed to be desiring madhurya, but next verse he says, "Arey, I have spoken too much." Right? Then what is that? Na. Next verse is that is na first. Third, ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stannam yatha vatsatarak shudharta. Priyam priyeva vishtam vishanna mano aravindaksha didrikshate. So priyeva vishtam vishanna. That is what rasa? Madhurya rasa actually. Just as a lover is waiting for husband, she is doing all services and everything. So then next verse he says with humility, no, this is too high. Next verse is what? Mama uttama shloka janeshu sakhyam samsara chakre भ्रमतः स्वकर्मभिः तन्मायया तन्माया तन्मायया आत्मजा दार गे है आसक्त चित्तस्य ननाथ भूय. So I want friendship in association of devotees. And let me suffer here my own karmas. This too much I have. So this purity of purpose is what pleasing the Lord. That's why what he is saying, Dishte idrishi dhi. Idrishi dhi means very intelligently. This intelligence, mai in me, which you have described, by that mayam madiyam taranti dusteja. So daivi esha gunamayi mama maya duratya. Correct? So dusteja maya, you will cross this maya by doing this sincerity of purpose, purity of purpose. And what can you imagine? Mai bhaktur astute, Lord is saying, means what is blessing him. It is not like that one yesterday. What was that? Gamyatam Shakra Bhadram Vo. Bhadram Vo was not blessing. It was logical instruction. This is blessing coming from heart of the Lord. So this this sincerity of purpose is extremely important, and for that we need to cultivate proper intelligence, spiritual intelligence. That is from Guru Sadhu Shastra. So once Radha Gopinath Prabhu was giving class in our Corona period, Brahmachari class. I don't know, some of you might have heard also. Anyone remembers? Corona period he has spoken. He spoke and someone else also spoke. I was there in Vella, I remember. Radha Gopinath Prabhu spoke and someone else also, I don't know, Radhesham Prabhu also spoke. So, he was, but it was online only, na? Okay, one more was there. Right? So, the Gaurang Prabhu was supposed to come but didn't come, something like. So what he said is very amazing actually. I am trying to recollect, let us see. So he was saying that how to identify where we are and we can be there in this situation. So we have to check ourselves. So he said 4 or 5 things. One of them was this, sincerity of purpose. So first he said sanity of head. Okay. Sanctity of heart. ये चीज बढ़ना चाहिए. Sanctity of heart, whatever is today, next day is increasing. Sanity of head is increasing. Sensitivity in dealings is increasing. And one more was there. I think that was this only. Sincerity of purpose. So we have to see these things in ourselves. ये हो गया है sensitivity. What is it? Sincerity of one more was. Head का sanity of head, sanctity of heart, sensitivity of dealings, sincerity of purpose. हाँ हो गया. कुछ तो एक है और, but we have to see these things in us. And there is one full lecture, Brahmachari class, Sincerity of Purpose. Very amazing class that is, Brahmachari. So this purity of purpose is very important. That's why Radheshampu gave recently class, na? Very amazing it was. Why Krishna has brought me here? So very amazing perspective it was. That we, at least I never desired. अपना प्लान ही नहीं था, तो कृष्णा का प्लान में आ गया. तो उनका प्लान क्या है? वो देखो, अपना प्लान का ज्यादा. So that purpose is very important. And that purpose is seen and appreciated by the Lord and blessed by the Lord. Right? That's what we are seeing. What is beneficial for the jivas? One should not put faith in jnana, yoga, and other such processes. Lord is telling this. Proposed war, knower of Vedas. Don't, that is not good for jivas. Although Vedas are coming from me, right? Even though they are learned, since they are ignorant concerning the Lord. Yeah. Here the Lord concludes that bhakti and nothing else is beneficial. So he is echoing with Prithu Maharaj, and he is also saying this is the beneficial activity. Don't put faith in this mixture. Then same thing. What is that? Tulyartha Darshinaha verse, last portion of the purport. What is that verse? Narayana parah sarve na kutascha na bibhyati swarga apavarga narakeshu api tulyartha darshi. So they all other places have no difference for them. Like that. Narayana para. And Narayana para rarity I told yesterday. Right? Narayana seva matra akankshina. They are rare one among the siddhas. Those who are in spiritual world. Simply by a pure devotee should always engage in service of Lord, for that is his real occupation. Simply by sticking to that position, one can overcome the stringent laws of material nature. Means what? Crosses Maya. Tattvam kuru mayadishtam apramattah prajapate madadesha karo lokah sarvatrapnoti shobhanam.
My dear king, O protector of the citizens, henceforward be very careful to execute my orders and not be misled by anything. Anyone who lives in that way, simply carrying out my orders faithfully, will always find good fortune all over the world.
Actually, such things are always there. In whenever Lord speaks, first line is for the devotee, second line is for others. So that's what you see. First line is Tattva Kuru Maya Dishtam Apramattah Prajapati. Hey Prajapati, अप्रमत्त होके मैंने जो बोला है वो करो ध्यान पूर्वक. जैसे अभी सुदामा प्रभु अमेजिंग यूज टेलिंग ना, दो चीज वो बोल रहे थे. दिल दिया. वेरी नाइस सॉन्ग. आई डोंट नो यू हर्ड द क्लास और not? दिल दिया है, ध्यान भी देंगे. ध्यान इज हियर. अप्रमत्त. जान क्या, जान तो जाने वाला है. दिल दिया है, ध्यान भी देंगे. हे भगवान तेरे लिए हर कर्म अपना करेंगे. Amazing it. So these two things are very important. Activity with attention. Maya dishtam apramatta. And especially these two things he was telling. Harinam Harikatha. Correct na? Harinam Harikatha ध्यान से और दिल लगा के करो. बहुत मस्त. Amazing he was telling. Madadesh, and second line is for Loka, means anyone who follows my instruction, Sarvatra apnoti, for him everything is auspicious. So same thing yesterday we saw. See, here also he is saying, in spite of such devotion, he is telling, be attentive in your duties, because that is not Shravan Kirtan. You don't have any problem in Shravan Kirtan. But when you are dealing with people like Indra, such things will happen, issues will come. So that time you follow my order. Be equipoised. These things, expect these things will happen, and be equipoised. Be attentive. Anyone who follows my order, there will be auspiciousness. So Indra didn't follow fully. He followed half order, right? He went back to Seva, but apramatta nahi, that stabda. So he again committed mistake. Sum and substance of religious life is to execute orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and one who does so is perfectly religious. Some substance words are rarely comes, very important. Obeying the Lord, foundational. This is the preliminary precursor of religion. Anyone who directly executes such an order for Lord is actually religious. Others are described as pretenders. For there are many activities going on throughout the world in the name of religion, which are not actually religions. So Prabhupada is writing while seeing so many things happening around him. This is what is happening. For one who executes order of Guru, yeah. Maitreya Uvacha Iti Vanyasya Rayarshi Pratinandyarthavadvacha Pujito Anugrahitvainam Gantum Chakrechuto Mati. The great Saint Maitreya.
The great Saint Maitreya told Vidura, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, amply appreciated the meaningful prayer of Maharaj Prithu. Thus, after being properly worshipped by the king, the Lord blessed him and decided to depart.
Yeah. So here it is those words pratinandyarthavit arthavit vachaha. So that is the most important word. That Lord appreciated very meaningful prayers of the king. So we also have to appreciate. Lord liked it. Again he is telling. Pratinandya arthavad vachaha. Again Prabhupada is giving the don't ask anything. Last after birth I just want service. He is ready to come again in the material world again and again. The Lord and his confidential devotees appear many times to fulfill Lord's mission. Actually, this is very mystical purport actually, where Prabhupada is almost saying that actually even devotees' births are like Lord's birth only. And they do the same thing. They are also Nitya. So most unique thing he says. And 2-3 times he says again and again. One must understand the transcendental birth of Lord and the devotee. So transcendental birth of devotee. I don't know where I have read elsewhere. You have read this elsewhere? Transcendental birth of devotee. Janma karmacha me divyam. Like that, Janma karmacha nitya siddha divyam. One must understand, he's saying. First line. One must understand that Lord, transcendental birth of Lord and devotee. So same, because they do the same thing. So actually that's why Nitya Siddhas are very special. And they also do the same thing. Okay. So what happened afterwards? So 35, 36. Can read the translation?
King Prithu worshipped the demigods, the great sages, the inhabitants of Pitraloka, the inhabitants of Gandharvaloka, and those of Siddhaloka, Charanaloka, Panagaloka, Kinnaraloka, Apsaraloka, the earthly planets, and the planets of the birds. He also worshipped many other living entities who presented themselves in a sacrificial arena. With folded hands, he worshipped all these, as well as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the personal associates of the Lord. By offering sweet words and as much wealth as possible, after this function, they all went back to their respective abodes, following in the footsteps of Lord Vishnu.
Yeah. So this is now the sacrifice. These all other people are also leaving. They all have come now for sacrifice. So he gave them charities, offered them respects, all that. So Prabhupada punches here on scientist. See, these all people came from there and they came here and now they are returning. And you fellows, you say, no one is there. You rascal. Here is all useless. Whatever you are saying is useless. This is the proof. Bhagavatam is giving the proof. The Vedic literatures, however, do not accept this foolish theory that there is only living people on earth and we are most intelligent and we use artificial intelligence. What kind of intelligence is this? There are great intelligent people all over the universe. We have full information from the Vedic literature that each and every planet, both material and spiritual, there are living entities of varied intelligence. So Bhu, Bhuvar, 14 worlds are there. Prabhupada explains all that and then, of course, reach the highest. So that's the point of person. What is that? Dashamasya Vishuddhartham Navanam Vihalakshanam Varnayanti Mahatmanah Shutena Arthena Chanjas. So how he ends? He tells about Madhurya Ras and Golok Vrindavan. There is nothing here, but Prabhupada is bringing those that logic to this, that this is this world, there is Paravyam, in there is Devi, Mahesha, Haridham, and in that there are so many rasas, and in that Madhurya Ras. This Parkiya Ras or Paramore love is prevalent in Krishna Lok, where Lord Krishna lives. This planet is also called Golok Vrindavan, and although Lord Krishna lives there perpetually, he also expands himself in millions and trillions of forms. In one of such forms, he appears in the material planet in a particular place known as Vrindavan Dham, where it displays his original pastimes of Golok Vrindavan Dham in the spiritual sky in order to attract the readers, right, to him. So don't go where all other places. So I was wondering from where it is. It's coming at the conclusion of chapter. He's writing about Parkiyaras. Can you imagine? I was wondering. I'm still trying to connect it to the verse. Generally, Prabhupada connects actually. Actually, all entire purport is connected to the verse. And that should be the Bhagavatam class. Actually. It's not that verse, there is nothing. The whole purport is focused on verse actually. If you see Prabhupada's classes, they are focused on the words of the verse and same words come somewhere else, he quotes. That's all. That's the way they speak. He doesn't speak much actually. So I am wondering how Prabhupada is writing here. Parkya is highest material plan and why he comes? To attract. So don't become attracted to Vishnu, become attracted to Krishna. That's what I feel. Because Vishnu is also attractive. Just now so much we heard, right? So Sadhava Hridayam Mayam, how many of you have read that book? I don't know. You heard it? No.
Yes.
We have heard. So it's nothing Bhagavatam only. The point I am saying, Ravitipati was saying in that lecture. So he was saying that this Amrish Maharaj, Durvas Muni and Lord, there are 7 verses where Lord speaks. And that is the speech of Lord glorifying the devotee in front of Durvas Muni. Right? So that is very graphically explained from Acharya's commentaries. Yes. 1 chapter, 1 verse. Bhagavatam only. But only form of drama. Means verse commentary is not like this. Like in between, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, na, Lord says this, then he will reply this. Like that, the entire book is like this. 1 verse, this converse. So what I'm trying to say is, after reading that book, one feels how Lord is loving his devotees. And that is Lord Vishnu loving Amrish. And that is so very attractive. So what will be Krishna? That is just a glimpse actually. Krishna's reciprocation will be so more intimate than that. That's what Prabhupada is indicating here. Get attracted. That's what these 2 qualities of Lord. Attractiveness or sweetness. So sweetness is here. What Radhishampu was telling, 2 things. One is here. Bhagavan api rajarshih sopadhyayasya chachyutah harinniva manomushya swadhama pratyapadyata. Again Bhagavan api came here. Yes, please read.
The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, having captivated the minds of the king and the priests who were present, returned to his abode in the spiritual sky.
Yeah. So here the special thing is that he attracted mind of which 2 people? One is mind of Prithu, which was already captured, but now it is more intensely captured. Because more intimate exchange happened. But what more captured? Now? Priests also. So when we see loving dealing between Lord and his devotee, it is worth hearing 1,000 lectures. Just that exchange of affection, true. That's what was seen by whom? Vidura, not Vidura, Maitreya. Maitreya saw whose discussion? Uddhava and Krishna. And Maitreya was like third party. Lord was not even looking at him. But he was looking at loving exchange of them. Simply by seeing, Prabhupada writes that he was earlier Gyan mission. Then he felt, I also want to become associate of Lord. So he became pure devotee. He says, simply by watching. So this exchange, generally they don't disclose. That's why I don't know who was sharing here. Shrutakirti Prabhu came. Before that one, because of Shrutakirti Prabhu, another devotee came. Who is that? What is his name? He was telling the heart-touching pastime of Srila Prabhupada. Bali Mardhan Prabhu, yes. Remember heart-touching pastime of Prabhupada he shared. So, of course, so many pastimes he shared. But this really went deep. I think it was night time or something. He entered room of Prabhupada. Prabhupada is watching all the books and Bhagavatam. And what Prabhupada was doing? Anyone remembers? Actually, what touches the devotees is the compassion. So what Prabhupada was seeing the books and crying tears profusely. Tears are coming from his eyes. He's seeing the books. And he enters, Prabhupada sees him. And he just indicates. Actually, he was saying that Prabhupada would communicate to us without speaking. And we would understand. So he indicated me. Sit down, so he sat down. So that vision was so impactful for him. So because they will never show it. Because that is the chaste devotee, right? Means he will never show these things. हाँ अपने भजन व्यथा नहीं क्या कथा हो सॉरी ना कथो यथा तथा नहीं तो होगा व्यथा मे बी yeah correct so that actually that's why one devotee said very nicely भजन ये छापने के लिए नहीं होता नहीं सॉरी भजन ये छपाने के लिए नहीं छुपाने के लिए होता भजन छापने के लिए नहीं होता छुपाने के लिए होता है but sometimes the great souls are like this now this Prabhuji could see that crying tears of love finished and there is another pastime I don't know who narrated that he was sitting here Prabhupada and while giving lecture Prabhupada cried the tear fell on him I don't know anyone remember that pastime I don't know who narrated here but he was sitting so close so he cried the tear fell on him can you imagine what kind of so mouth has the particles of saffron dust tear में क्या होगा सोचो so these things are very special so these people saw this exchange the priests were most pure actually because they were serving Prithu Maharaj how many times 100 I guess last correct this time also they helped but this time they did mistake but that also by Lord ordained because they were not what Bahirmukh they were devotees but they also got attracted so this is what captivated the minds of the king and the priest who are present there so that's why we have to be very observant of pure devotees so this is another point which Shriman Revati was telling in the class quoting what he quoted here in Brahmachari class also what is meaning of sadhu sangha in the Bhaktivedanta he was saying that most difficult anartha to give up is our own conception, Janasanga, our own prejudices which are coming from previous life. वो एक ऑटो मोड में है हमारा वैसा थॉट प्रोसेस है वैसा ही है और वो सही नहीं है तो वो हमें पता नहीं चलेगा ना हम बदलेंगे when we can change when we closely observe pure devotees we observe them then that jana sangha can go otherwise by all other things it can never go that's what this Bhaktivedanta says so we have to be closely seeing them observing them inquiring from them and yesterday only Prabhuji also shared that point about Parampaja Jai Patak Swami Maharaj that Jai Patak Maharaj was asked by him only, I think, na? That Maharaj, in this condition, how you are doing these things? So what did Maharaj say? Or Acharya Ratna Prabhu, he was telling yesterday, how nectar of my Lord, what amazing it is. Huh? He saw Srila Prabhupada. And he said, I saw him, just trying to follow the footsteps. So that impression which goes, that cannot happen by thousands of classes. Of course, it is just to glorify that. 1,000 classes also have the saffron dust particles are there, provided they are spoken by pure devotees. But that vision can give us result of what we study, contemplate, and try to purify ourselves. Simply by observing Lord and pure devotee, or two pure devotees dealings also. Any other place you saw that two pure devotees are talking and others. One brahmachari, I remember, I don't know where, is western bodied brahmachari. He said that actually I came to take a book, but I saw that devotee is talking with another person whom he is giving the book. So there are long conversation going on. So he was just a witness of it, this third person. And he witnessed, and that witness, he was so inspired by the answers and everything. He was there for half an hour, 1 hour, he heard everything. Then this person who is observing, he became full devotee. That whom he was answering, he said, I don't know what happened to him later. I don't know. But at least I was inspired by seeing the interaction. So of course that is between, but two pure devotees interaction is also very heart-touching. Anyone remembers such interactions? Two pure devotees, two very exalted souls dealing with each other in a great candid humility, and so many incidences come.
That video.
Yeah, my Lord, amazing. You have told the zenith one actually, my Lord, what it was. I think you all saw it, right? What kind of feeling is there? Amazing, actually, amazing. So it's not a lecture. They live like that. What respect is there? There is one video. Actually, you can see the video. Actually. Basically, here in this room only, here GBC room is there, na? So Prabhupada Gopal Krishna Maharaj was living here, and his health is almost fell. Last visit, actually, last visit of ISKCON, Pune. And then Prabhupada Radhanand Maharaj went to meet him personally. So both of them were there. So Maharaj offered him pranams. Prabhupada Radhanand. You saw that video? Yeah. And he was stopping him, you don't have to get up. So he sat first up. Then when he sat, then he got up, and whatever was possible, he did. So that is the respect actually. So sometimes we feel this Vaishnava etiquette is not a etiquette, it's an expression. So that is amazing. Any other incidents? Two pure devotees. So in one of Vyas Pujas of my spiritual master, Param Puja Bhakti Charu Maharaj ki on the stage. And then he glorified him, and both of them were sitting on the same Vyasasana. You remember? Some of you might have seen also. Such endearing actually. How much, he's saying you sit, that both are sitting, and he's glorifying him. Very heart touching. That communicates, that's what happened here, na? Means actually two all great souls coming together. That last program which happened here was out of the world actually. How amazing was Param Puja Gopal Krishna Maharaj. In that condition, he spoke this Damodar Leela with great detail and enthusiasm. He had no energy actually, but still he spoke that.
Not always coming first, means they are aspiring. So Maharaj told Prabhupada Radhanath Maharaj, devotees, so I bless you to you score better than last year, but you come last, like that. But in some year it happened that Maharaj told that I pray that you come first.
Yes.
So this time I think.
Yeah.
So the devotees are bewildered that Prabhuji Radhanath Maharaj never says like that. Why they are saying? So then Maharaj clarified that because Prabhuji Gopal Krishna Maharaj gave lecture this time. He personally blessed and he
Yeah.
came here. So whole world should know that because of Gopal Krishna Maharaj we come first. So we must. So that.
So yes, so this must have happened few years back, right? And the same thing happened last year when he left. So Maharaj left, then Paramahansa Radhanand Maharaj personally told that this year you should distribute as much as book as possible. And then they distributed maximum. So Chaupati was the first. So this is not about numbers, this is their love for each other. Actually, we can't understand. Even I heard that from Pujya Gopal Krishna Maharaj, when he heard the news of Tamal Krishna Maharaj left the body, in Mangal Arati he heard that news. He went back in Radha Ras Bihari temple and cried tears. So actually these things, this is a very deep affection. So like that there can be so many incidences. So we should be...
One video that two legendary meeting, Indradevana Swami Maharaj or Jopataka Swami Maharaj. Jopataka Swami Maharaj first putting garland in Indradevana Swami Maharaj, but when Indradevana Swami Maharaj putting first garland Jopataka Swami Maharaj, Jopataka Swami Maharaj block him. And he putting garland on him, then he putting garland on him.
So there is like
There is
that. I have not seen, I want to see that.
I seen that. I'm crying. It is very wonderful.
Actually, it's very genuine, na? So we have to observe actually. So we have to throw these all other anytime. That's why their welcome is there. That's why this time, na, means this pure great souls there, everything is great. So this time that Param Pujya प्रबोधानंद सरस्वती महाराज को एक प्रश्न किया ना माता जी ने कि ऑनलाइन कैसा प्योर डिवोटीज का संग ले. You heard that question? What answer Maharaj gave? प्योर डिवोटी का संग लेना है प्रभुपाद बता रहे हैं, लेकिन प्योर डिवोटी का संग तो रेयर होता है, इसलिए हम ऑनलाइन ले सकते हैं. तो ऑनलाइन संग अच्छे से कैसे ले, ऐसा प्रश्न किया उन्होंने. तो महाराज ने क्या उत्तर दिया? Here, just few days back. What an answer, my Lord. So Maharaj said, when the pure devotees glance, there is mercy in that glance that you don't get in online. That was the answer. So that's what Samahat Uttama Shloka Mahan Mukhachyuto. Abhi saffron particles वो online भी आ सकते हैं, but physically we should go. If possible, we should throw and go. Should throw and go. What potency they have, we can't imagine. Because what is the Siddhanta behind it is, their heart is filled with Samvit and Ladini Shakti. And Samvit Ladini Shakti always comes out of their existence, whether they know it or not, or whether they are thinking or not. It just comes out. So you go close, you will touch it. What to speak if they speak to you or glance at you or bless you? That is even more. But just you go close, you will get affected. That's why Bhakta Pada Dhuliara, Bhakta Pada Jal, Bhakta Bhukta Avshesh, Teen Mahabal. Why? Because it is infused with that Bhakti Shakti. So that is the power. And that's why that Chaya Nama Bhas and all is that only. Not Chaya Nama Bhas. The Chaya Bhav. Na? Sometimes very great souls are doing Kirtan. So their ecstasy reflects into the audience and they get experience. वो पागल हो जाता है, लेकिन बाद में वापस नहीं मिलता उसको, क्योंकि वो कहाँ से मिला उसको, जो कर रहा है उसको. So once Gaurang was saying that actually pure devotee is doing kirtan, so Krishna comes surely to see him. So that if that time you are there, he will see you also. So that's why it's very important to physically see, observe, associate with pure devotees. Because they are carriers of Krishna's mercy, and without knowledge their mercy is coming out from their existence. What to speak of when we ask them or hear from them or inquire from them or share our heart with them? What to speak of that? So that is the case. So that's what happened to these people. So Prabhupada writes about Achyuta. So fallen living entity is Achyuta. The Lord is not fallible, right? The Lord was attractive for everyone, not only for king, but for priestly order, who were very much addicted to the performance of Vedic rituals. So, उनका heart transformation हो गया. And here, there is very interesting statement by Prabhupada. Because the Lord is all attractive, he is called Krishna, or one who attracts everyone. Again, he went to Krishna. Right? And then he tells, the Lord appeared in sacrificial area of Maharaj Prithu as Kshirodakshai Vishnu. So this is special statement of Prabhupada. Which Vishnu form came? Kshirodakshai Vishnu came, like that he was. Who is an plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. So again, Dashamasya Mahatmas indicating the highest object of Krishna. Where there is no Krishna here, but Krishna is indicated. And whatever you are seeing attractive is the expansion of Krishna. So get attracted to Krishna. 38. Adrishtaya namaskritya nrpah sandarshitatmane avyaktaya cha devanam devaya swapuram yayau.
King Prithu then offered his respective obeisances into the Supreme Personality Godhead, who is the Supreme Lord of all demigods. Although not an object of material vision, the Lord reveals himself to the sight of Maharaj Prithu.
Yeah.
After offering obeisances to the Lord, the king returned to his home.
So when Lord returned, so for everyone he was not visible, but for Prithu it was visible. Adrishtaya. The Lord was invisible to others, but visible for Prithu. Sandarshitatman. Prithu remained looking at the Lord until he had gone to Vaikuntha. Like I was sharing about, like the gopis when Akrura was taking. So they were keep watching the Rath and the top of Rath, what is the flag of Rath, and then the dust of the Rath, and then all that went, then they went back. And then similarly, I was sharing, Param Puja Loknath Maharaj here in Bhagavatam class was sharing about, after telling this pastime of prema, so he was talking about kama in the class, very profound class. Then he told about everyone should take sannyas, even women should take sannyas, he was telling. And then he told this prema pastime. And then he told, one thought is coming in my mind, should I share or not, but I will share. Then he shares the pastime of Prabhupada came to Juhu. And he stayed with us for 1.5 months. And then when he was leaving, we went to airport with him, many of us. And then they went there, in that glass they are watching, Prabhupada is going. And plane is going. Till plane went, they kept on seeing that. And they offered Dandavat Pranams, all of them. Maharaj said, not just me, everyone was doing that. So he was sharing. So that kind of attraction they had for Prabhupada. Param Puja Loknath Maharaj was narrating here. So they were kept at looking at Prabhupada. Because what is there is connection is there. वो चले गए चलो अपना अपना काम में चलो ऐसा नहीं. It's not like that. That's why we eagerly wait for next time to come. So that's why when you connect with pure devotees, you will wait when they will come, and then you will be anticipate, right? So that's what is their connection. Maharaj Prithu, however, so Prabhupada says, develop spiritual eyes by which is pure devotional service. Here, therefore, the Lord is described as Sandarshitatmana, for he reveals himself to vision of devotee, although he is not visible to ordinary eyes. So Prabhupada is bringing out a principle from there. Because of his pure devotion, he could see, and others were attracted to Karma Kanda. So they didn't see, he saw. But they were impressed. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of 4th canto, 20th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Lord Vishnu's appearance in sacrificial arena of Maharaj Prithu. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sarva Acharya Vrinda ki jai, Prithu Maharaj ki jai. Thank you very much. So we ended just 2 minutes extra, 2:45, 2:47. Thank you very much. In case anyone has any question, clarification, they can ask if they want to. Otherwise, if anyone wants to go, they can happily go. Anyone has anything? Or what?